Hey, yo, yeah, that's B-Eazy, that's the name. Way before the world knew he was running the game. Laid the groundwork, built the foundation strong. Been influencing the whole scene all along. Now everybody gotta give that man his praise. A living legend for the rest of his days. Oh, he deserves all the accolades, yeah. B-Eazy, B-Eazy, gotta give that man his praise. A living legend for the rest of his days. Oh, he deserves all the accolades. B-Eazy, B-Eazy.
B-Eazy Dat Dude. B-Eazy Dat Dude. Yeah, they know the name. Stacking up the paper, but having money ain't a thing. Standing on business, burning hotter than a flame. From the block to the boardroom, you gotta stand the rain. B-Eazy Dat Dude. Yeah, they know the name. Stacking up the paper, but having money ain't a thing. Standing on business, burning hotter than a flame. From the block to the boardroom, you gotta stand the rain. Big block engine with 26 inches on the chrome I ride. Started at the bottom, soared to the top and still on the ride. Air handshake solid, see the deal airtight. He gave you the blueprint to grind and get your hustle right. Money in the vision, it was dirty but he washed it clean. Turned a dollar to a dream, now he living like a king. From the late nights grinding to the early bird moves. Ask around the city, he really that dude. He love how we talk it cause he walk it too. Every step calculated, everything come through. From the hood by the views, yeah, the rooftop views. He the bridge between the struggle and the good life view. Never fold under pressure, shine like a diamond in the sun. Every loss was a lesson, every win is hard won. Now the crowd chant his name when he steps in the room. B-Eazy Dat Dude, yeah, you know he's the truth. B-Eazy Dat Dude, yeah, they know the name. Stacking up the paper, but having money ain't a thing. Standing on business, burning hotter than a flame. From the block to the boardroom, you gotta stand the rain. B-Eazy Dat Dude, yeah, they know the name. Stacking up the paper, but having money ain't a thing. Standing on business, burning hotter than a flame. From the block to the boardroom, you gotta stand the rain.
La ciencia.
No one to blame.
Me, myself, and I still pushing forward, I'm ahead like die. Standing on my flow with my head to the sky. Pass on a bitch, young rip, drop dimes. It's been a rough road, gotta look for the signs. I'm married to this music, so I cook for my bride. Flip out like a skateboarder, look how I grind. It took a long time, but I'm right on time. I'm progressing, that's progressive, I got bars like a correction. Still chasing petty cash, that's a mantis. I want extra, I stop searching for my pops. I hold my nuts just like a checkup. I get physical, I'm copping just like Interpol. I play on words like a syllable. To me the world is fading. Hold this L just like a Laker. Like a birthday, my shit caking. It get messy like an apron. I pick out just like some bacon, and I sizzle like it too. Can't forget about you, boo. It feel like we on a loop. Same shit, different day. I don't know what's really true. I get high as I leave hoops. Who gon' give me what I'm owed? Man, I guess nobody knew. And I know that money talks, so what it said is probably true. It's the feeling that I get and the shit I'll probably do to get through or get by. I get fly, cause I'm Jeff Goldblum in my mind. Tell them hoes to fall in line. If you thought I fell off, bitch, I'm back like my spine. Hot as homemade pie. That's the pro rate, ma. I'm a pro, ain't I? Sniff it out like K9s. I'm a thief, it take time to be great. I'm Bayside. I get blue like Kelly Parker. When I'm gone, I left a mark. Tell them fish I'm still a shark. I will embark on this journey till it's finished. In the midst of all this friction, I got vision on my piece like no limit. Like a mouse, now we clicking. I go out for the spinach, that's business.
Cut the cord that kept us connected. Blacking out the mirror where your light once reflected. All of the love from up above. We used to feel like a glove. I still think about the you that only exists in my brain. Nothing nothing ever stays the same. Guess it's just a shame. With no one to blame.
Stop looking for somebody else to lay the blame. Without a wave of change, life stays the same. So when I pull up to your spot, I'm with a paradigm chick. Only used to have one and it's my paradigm ship. Calls for celebration, I cracked the hen. I took a hiatus, but I'm back again. A bunch of blue face hunters, I've been stacking them. Cause in the game of life, I just have to win. So when I'm in go mode, I be ballin' insane. Tried to walk away, they was calling my name. My brothers from another, we are all in the game. Don't give a fuck about clout nor all of the fame. I'm trying to inspire, empower, build and progress at a steady rate. Move heavyweight like a Bowflex. The haters make me greater, they mad, I got them so stressed. Shock my style for a while now, I can show text. Screenshots as proof and receipts. You a certified clown, been a goof in the streets. Angel made the beat, but this my demon flow. Get a lot of love from people I don't even know. And when the situation's ugly like Dudley, we do right. Fuck propaganda, let's conquer and unite. The wait's over, take over, it's commencing. My money fully grown, but yours like an infant. But that ain't no shade to you, it's just provision and protection, what you made to do. Being a man with a purpose, who you supposed to be. Living life as a loser, that's a joke to me. FN 509, stay close to me. If I pull it, I'ma spray like some potpourri. I don't wanna have to go there, so hopefully you don't try to have no beef or no smoke with me. Bro, everything I'm talking about, be backing it up. I'm back in the cuts, rapping the Dutch and macking a hut. She start to get aroused when I'm smacking her butt. Baby got stupid cheeks and she be clapping it up. I'ma enter through the front and hit the back of her guts. She a classy lady but be acting a slut. When we be kissing and cuddling, my bitch like to hug. Her box customized so it fit like a glove. Turn your radios up. Turn your radios up. Y'all know what this is. Y'all know who this is. B-Eazy Dat Dude, an impromptu stream, back with another one. This one is gonna be a banger. Will ruffle some feathers, may trigger a bit, but it will be a doozy. It's a Saturday. I don't like to keep y'all waiting. So before we get this thing started, you know, I gotta hit you.
If you know the song, sing along. Yeah, you're right.
私も地元民と言っても自分は世代です。もう友達できたの？うん。ぶったまんまこっち見ない。
Look, this promethazine got me leaning like a cholo in the club. I'm 20 deep. I don't be riding solo. Pull some bad bitches, they vanilla and cocoa. They wanna take some photos when we kick it out in Soho. Chicks are showing tits and popping pussy for my promo. Told them like juvenile, baby, move it for me slow-mo. Then I'm right back to the block, cause I keep getting moto. I be flipping, not shrinking. I don't give a fuck about no ho. This nigga name ain't D-Lo, but pimpin' these bitches and stacking this bread forever be my stilo. This is B-Eazy Dat Dude in the trap making pass smooth. If I ever go broke, then I'm about to pull a jack move. Since a nigga healthy, I don't even gotta worry. With my bitch from Fiji eating tandoori and chicken curry, that ism is really indie. My pimp game international, I design my own clothes, so I be always looking fashionable. Here's a couple facts about me that y'all didn't know. Some of y'all be getting bread, but I be getting bigger, dawg. I got bigger guns and a whole lot of bad. And we are activated. So we've already been joined by some illustrious guests, and we gonna get right into this thing. Johnson Different, aka John Sinatra, one of the illest, the coldest, and the dopest to pick up a pen and step in the booth. We got none other than Ate-Bay. And we got Last Call, Mr. Midnight Soul himself, tuning in from an undisclosed location somewhere in North America. So we gonna get right into this thing. Y'all seen the title, y'all seen the thumbnail. Bada boom, bada bam. And in the thumbnail, I put something that said anti-blackness is the glue or the tie that binds society. And it's unfortunate because people have been socially engineered to be anti-black. And this includes many black people, right? So I'm going to get into this story. And it looks like we've already been joined. John, is that really you? Hold on. I don't know if that's really John. Hold on. Let me drop you down.
This me, bruh.
Nah, because it don't show your image.
I gotta put a picture on here right quick. Hold on.
Okay, nah, because bruh, like sometimes cats do, bro. Axe rig, bruh. I didn't already been P-bombed like multiple times, bro. So I always gotta ask, especially if it ain't have no image. Yeah, just you can change your picture, bro. I'm gonna just continue and then you can chime in. But this is the most recent story of an NYPD, these two bigoted bozo maniacs who went on a rampage and beat a black man until he was blue. Now, if you want to watch the video, you know, unencumbered, uninterrupted, you can go to any channel or just type in NYPD beats black man silly. But then too many videos may come up, so you may have to try to narrow it down. So I will have to somewhat edit the video just because YouTube has already shadow banned me, trying to demonetize me. So if y'all do support the content, hit your boy on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Otherwise, just enjoy the content, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. All of that is free. So I'm gonna get into it. I will have to pull up an overlay when it appears that it may be getting too violent, because I'm not trying to promote violence here, and YouTube is really iffy about that when it comes to channels like mine. So I'm gonna play this video and then we'll get into it.
Arrest by the NYPD, reigniting long simmering tensions between the department and Mayor Zohran Mamdani. Fox 5's Linda Schmidt joins us outside the liquor store in Carroll Gardens where that arrest went down. She has the latest. Linda.
Yeah, good afternoon. First of all, to you there, Richard. Well, law enforcement source is telling me the two officers that you are about to see in that video that's gone viral, they are veteran narcotics detectives working out of Brooklyn North, and that they believed that the man that they were arresting had been involved in a drug sale. Well, now those two detectives, their guns and their sheets.
So let's hold on to that. They said they believed that this man had been involved in a drug sale. They didn't say how they believed it. Was it an anonymous tip? What led them to believe that he was involved in a drug sale? This never gets brought up. Now, a good journalist should have asked that, so they should have had that information. Hopefully it will come up during the course of this investigation, but let's commence.
Shields have been taken away while the NYPD's Internal Affairs Bureau investigates this incident. But go ahead, take a look at this video here right now. But because again, this is the video that has
always
gone
hemmed up. They
viral. This
him.
Happened at a liquor store, which is at
Slamming
the corner of
head.
Baltic and Hoyt Streets here
Slamming
in
again.
Brooklyn. The video is
More
about
punches.
7.5 minutes long,
More
and you can
punches.
see the two detectives repeatedly punching the man.
More punches.
And then
A
he
knee
either
to his
falls
face.
into or gets thrown
Another
into
punch.
a counter of food there.
Now they're dragging him like a little
a rack
boy,
of shelves. He falls to the ground, and
destroying
then they
the
drag
store.
him to the front door. Now, during this video, you don't hear the video because there's a lot of cursing by one of the people, the
Just
woman
kicked
who is
him.
recording this video. But you can hear her screaming, "Why are you punching him? Why are you punching him?" And then you can also hear the
They got
police
their knee on
yelling
him.
at him repeatedly,
The
telling
dude
him
just
to
stomped on his head.
stop resisting, and roll over
And this
and
is
put
what
your
they like
hands
to do.
behind your back. Now,
They
Mayor
love to say,
Mamdani.
stop resisting. How could he resist? The dude is laying on the ground, beaten, bruised, and battered. And the reason why they say that is because many times they're recording it. So they try to say, hey, stop resisting. So they socially engineer the public to believe that you're resisting. And first of all, anything can be considered resistance. Like if they say, hey, John, turn around, and you like, bro, I ain't do nothing, and you walk away, technically you resisted them. And they can come charging at you. And when they come charging at you, if you try to dodge out of the way, guess what you just did? You resisted arrest. So you have to be careful with the framing. Speak on that, John.
Exactly. That's how they trick you in with that shit. They gonna start off, like you say, they already recording. So if we just gonna go off the audio, and then it's kind of even with the visual too, it kind of like tricks you into just, believing that the person is actually resisting, when in all reality, how could you be resisting if you're literally laying on your stomach, you're already beaten to the ground, you stomping me in the head? How could I resist getting beat? I don't have no control over this. You beat my ass. You know what I'm saying? Basically. So
Then many times they have you handcuffed. How could you resist cuffed?
yeah. And how are you resisting while it's like, bro?
Hold on, let me pull this banner down so you can see this imagery. And also, I've been joined by some more illustrious guests. We got the East Coast in the building. We got Nassau County's finest. Hey, Roger, where Brooklyn at? But you know what? I got to give a shout out to the illustrious of the illustrious, Mrs. Meadows. He's on his way to see his mom to celebrate her 94th birthday. So that's a beautiful thing. Age is a privilege denied to most. So salute to the Queen Mother Meadows. Salute to her. Did you say something, John?
I said that's a blessing right there. My grandma is 93, 94. So you feel me? That's a super blessing, man. We don't see that a lot in our culture, man. Hitting those.
Exactly. So blessings to your grandma as well to make it to 94, because the age thing, like I said, age is a privilege denied to most, and sometimes people take it for granted, right? You assume that you're gonna get old. And John, we come from an environment where people were like, by 24 you are OG, like a triple OG, because you've already jumped off the porch and put in enough work to by 24. It's like that's kind of like triple OG status. And many people thought that they would barely make it to 18, and making it to 25 or 30 was like unfathomable. So people live a kind of reckless, irresponsible life, because it's like, hey, well, I ain't gonna be here anyway, so I might as well, what they say, live fast and die hard. You know what I mean? And we've also been joined by the Florida family, sunlight from the Sunshine State, shining brighter than a diamond in the building. Salute to the Florida fam, sunlight. What up? Let's get back into this, man. But do y'all see this? Show me a video of a migrant that this happened to. I'm not saying this should be happening to anybody, right? But the Democrats love to tell you that how ice out. Okay, ICE is like the Gestapo. I haven't seen one video of an illegal migrant being treated like this. This dude is a citizen. Not only that, he's innocent. So for one, he's a citizen. For two, he's innocent. People who came here illegally, you can get mad and say no one's illegal on stolen land. Well, until they change the laws, it is illegal. You can say it's a civil infraction, incident, crime. It's still against the law, right? And the people who break the law, they're not being treated like this. And I'm not saying that they should be treated like this. I'm just showing you the dichotomy of people pretending as if migrants are just being brutalized in the streets. This is not happening to them. And shout out to Cow Dog. Like he says, they protect immigrants. Yeah. Where is the protection? Where are the Democrats to stand up for this man? They're not. All of the people that was marching in the street talking about George Floyd and BLM, there were multiple incidents of police brutality after George Floyd. There were arguably some even worse human rights abuses after George Floyd. But they're like, well, we marched and, we painted a mural and we wore a BLM shirt. So that's good enough, right? The conditions haven't changed. They don't do anything to change the conditions in the neighborhoods that they're pretending to want to help. They do a lot of symbolic gestures. So they say, hey, my hands are clean. You know what I mean? I marched with BLM. Okay, you marching in the streets didn't change anything. You wearing a BLM shirt or putting hashtag George Floyd didn't change anything. In order to change things, you need to end qualified immunity. You need reparations. You need anti-black hate crime bill. See, they tell us to stop begging for reparations for the litany of centuries of atrocities. But the Democrats are calling for reparations for people who came here illegally because they say that the ICE is like the Gestapo. But meanwhile, I could show you a multitude of videos where they're not even being treated even a scintilla the treatment that black U.S. citizens get treated, right? We're supposed to have a bleeding heart for everyone, but nobody cares how we're being violently abused.
And roll over and put your hands behind your back. Now, Mayor Mamdani saw this video. It was posted on X, and then he reposted it with a statement saying that officers should never treat a person this way. And the police commissioner, Jessica Tisch, she was at a press conference earlier today on an unrelated topic, and she was asked about.
So if y'all can see, there's blood everywhere. The dude has one of his arms restrained. They had a knee on his neck. They stomped him on the ground and said, stop resisting. Kicked him in his butt. Stop resisting. Then they're going to handcuff him. And then if you wiggle your arms while they're handcuffing you because the handcuffs is too tight and they cut the skin, guess what they consider that? Resisting arrest. So when they punch you in the face, it's because, hey, he was resisted. So I had to punch him. I had to elbow him, right? And this is what people call protection, right?
Dude didn't even throw one punch.
No, all he did was try to dodge from them punching him. And this is the thing, even when they're punching you in the head, you dodging that punch is considered resistance.
You supposed to let him punch you in the face and shit. Come on, man.
No, it's funny, but it is literally true though. You not letting them punch you is resistance. And this is a cold game, bro. And John, remember we were talking about the other day how you said just to fast forward the conversation, essentially you said like you gonna do whatever you need to do to get out of that situation during a traffic stop. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because they can turn any traffic stop into this.
Like this.
And people be saying, yeah, but I got L's and I got insurance. This dude was innocent. So this is equivalent to you in a traffic stop, you having your L's and insurance.
You can have all that shit, man. If they tell you, hey, man, let me see this or do this, is the moment they want you to just instantly just refuse anything so they can use that much force. It don't take them long neither, bro. They are very short-tempered and it will quickly escalate. You feel me? Like, especially for somebody with our skin complexion. So, we already know the truth on how that goes.
And you're right, Sunlight, that Tish lady, she's not gonna do nothing. So she's just gonna play lip service. And then peep this what the NYPD said. They said, don't just look at the video and take it out of context. You don't know what happened. That's essentially what they said. And Last Call says, yeah, they told Rodney to stop resisting while beating him on the ground. And John, do you know about the whole Rodney King?
Oh,
I know you was a kid. Okay, I was just making sure because I know you was a kid, but but Everybody knows about that now. Many people were young when it happened, so they heard of it, like they knew it, but they just didn't know the extent of, how barbaric it was. But like Last Call says, while they was beating Rodney King with billy clubs, multiple cops beating him, stomping him. He had knots all over his face, and the whole time they were saying stop resisting, breaking his bones, stop resisting. So
It's
then
like they want you to. They're like, stop resisting. Like they don't even want you to live. They want you to just die. Like, and by you still somehow breathing, that's resistance. At that point, you know what I mean? Because what else could I be resisting? I'm getting beat with weapons and all kind of shit, bro. Come on, man. This shit is crazy. Like they literally just be trying to assassinate us out here, man. Broad daylight in the public. And like you said, if you type in black guy gets assaulted by cop, man, it'll be so many videos, you will get lost in the algorithm of that shit, man. It's countless. You can't, it's infinite. It's like there's no limit to it. It happens so much. And there's always people that find a way to point out something that the victim does wrong. Oh, well, he just should have listened. Like, bro, he didn't have the right to even question what was going on. You know what I'm saying? He asked a question and then was immediately met with force. Like, come on, bro.
correct it, and that's the thing. That's the thing too. They tried to do that to me before in Pleasant Hill. Now I ran across the street, it's considered jaywalking, and then the officer tried to call me over, and I was just like, whatever, dude. And then I just kept walking to the store, and I got my stuff out the store. When I came out the store, they're waiting for me. So then I so then I just walked past them. They
Then he
try to
called
block this.
back up. He called back up, or it was already
No,
two of them.
no, no. They were two to the car, right?
Oh,
So
two of
they're trying to like block the door, and then I walk past them, and then he says, "Hey," I look back at him, and I do a little smirk, and then the dude pulls with a car and like slants and cuts me off. And then the officer said, yeah, cow dog in Pleasant Hill, California. Yeah. So the dude slants and cuts me off, and he said, "Didn't you hear me call you?" And I said, "Yeah, but I didn't do anything." I said, if I'm not, because you know how sometimes, you try to flex your legal knowledge. I was like, if I'm not legally being detained, it's like, and I was like, I didn't break any laws. I didn't have to. I said I didn't have to stop. I told him I didn't have to yield to your authority, right? I was trying to be clever with the words and shit, right?
Yeah, all that my rights by the book shit, all
Yeah,
that.
bro,
You
bro,
got
bro, straight up told me. He said, "You did break a law." He said, "You jaywalked." And I said, "What?" And I looked, as I said that, there was like this old white lady jaywalking too. But I was like, look at that. I mean, that didn't work. You feel me? I'm just looking like, okay, I see somebody jaywalking, but then he said, well, that's a $250 ticket. And then mind you, bro, I damn near, now that I think about it, I almost got downed, bro. They almost dome tapped me. No lie, bro. So look, so then they said, all right, they finna run I said, jaywalk. And I said, y'all still give tickets? He said, yes, a $250 ticket. And this was years ago, so it's probably more now, right? So
500.
then they said they gonna run my stuff, right? And I'm like, all right, whatever, bro, run my stuff. And then mind you, they had backup, right? So they're already running my stuff. And mind you, it's broad daylight in front of the liquor store, a bunch of people around. And then somebody had called my cell phone, and I'm not even really thinking because it's broad day and they already got my stuff, they got me surrounded. I reached into my pocket to get my phone. Bro, they whipped out. Get your fucking what the fuck are you reaching it? I'm just like, oh
Hey,
shit, bro.
you
Like
can't reach for
everybody
shit.
recording it. I
You can't
know,
reach shit, boy. They didn't
and that's
shot
what
plenty
people
of.
were saying.
They didn't
Bro,
shot
people
so
telling
many
me,
black people over that same shit. He pulled out a cell phone. Oh, I thought it was a gun. Man, come on, man.
hey, after that, like I said, I never, bro. And mind you, it was broad day in Pleasant Hill. So I'm thinking that they would think I wouldn't be dumb enough to try. You feel me? If I want to go on some rampage against cops, I wouldn't do it in Pleasant Hill on a broad day. So
Right.
mind you, and then
Wait,
they
and you're
already had my
walking in.
ID. So I'm just thinking, all right, my cell phone. You know how like before you get locked up, you call and be like, hey John, bro, the boys behind me, bro. They probably finna tow the whip, bro. I might need a thing. You know what I mean? You know how you make some of those calls and stuff like that, but
Right. You trying to
before,
see
but well,
what's up, what's going on.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking somebody hit me, so I'm just finna say like, yeah, bro, I'm jammed up with the boys. As soon as I reached, they just whipped out on me. What the fuck are you doing? Da, da, da. I'm just like, hey, my bad, bro. So it's like I never even do that, and so that touched home when you said like, bro, you got to get home, because there were times where they pulled me over and it's in a dark area. So if I'm trying to push that legalese, I know my right stuff. Bro, they could have sent me to the upper room, bro.
You
You know what I
gotta be
mean? And
alive.
all they gotta say is I resisted, right?
Yeah, yeah. You gotta be alive to argue about some rights. They'll take your life out here. And now there's no argument and it's their word against nothing. So it just goes down how they say it went down, you know? So we
And
got to fight
and
hard to fight.
they got ways to put like the gun in your hand and fire it, and then you know what I mean? They got what, bruh, all the stuff that they've shown on movies, they've shown it on movies for a reason, because it's a depiction of what actually happens. You know what I mean? They
Right.
got ways to stage it, and then especially if you got a record, even it, and this is, I had talked about being a felon, right? If you was a felon when you was a juvenile, but then you spent 30 years of your life being clean, felonies stay on your record. So
Yep.
if they jam you up, the first thing that they gonna say is, well, he was a felon. Yeah, bro, he was a felon when he was a teenager, bro. Dude,
Right.
you domed a 40 years old that was a janitor and a loving father and stuff. But that's that whole word felon, bro. Like it's just like, bro, peep this, bro. We might have to go, it might have to get deeper, bro. Why is felon a more evil word than the devil and Satan himself? People will talk about Satan, right? People will praise Satan
Have Hell's Angel on your back and never get pulled over by the police. But me riding by,
at all.
nigga, me riding by, I could have, you feel me? What would Jesus do? I could have, you feel me?
Confederate flags.
Could have all that shit, but you know what I'm saying? Anybody who appears to be of what normal. Hey, but this is what I was asking the other day. You see how this dude just got beat? What was the purpose for them doing this to him in that story, bro?
They said that they allegedly thought that he was selling drugs.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. They said they thought he participated in the drug. Okay, but look at this though. Can we find
But
any
they never said how. They never said how though. Did somebody rat? Was
right? Did
there
they have any
footage?
drug? Where are the drugs that was sold? Where is the person that bought it? How is this like who?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is all hypothetical. This is what they call hearsay, right?
And
But
and this isn't an allegation though. And remember, we talk about allegations. It's almost like if and the allegations are now more powerful than the truth, because right now, if someone alleges that a person touches kids, you know what I mean, a person rapes women, maybe there are some sick people. Well, not maybe, certainly there are some sick people out there that do that, right? But if someone just alleges that against you, you know how it is, John. If you don't respond to that in a timely manner,
yeah, they're gonna
then it
assume
means it's
it's true.
true.
But I was just gonna bring that up. Can we
Yeah,
find
go
any
ahead.
footage? Can we find any footage online of somebody who was accused of that or arrested for that got beat up? Show me a mug shot of a dude that did that to a child or raped a woman or something like that, and he was beaten by the police. They don't give that treatment to
I
nobody
was
who.
just gonna say that. Remember
They
that
don't.
dude in the dude Dylan Roof? He went in a
Come on,
church and
got me
killed
down.
11 old black people, and they went and took him to Burger King after.
Oh man, that's crazy. You see what I'm saying? But then you got these dudes, you know what I mean, who get caught, who do things to little babies, who do things to little boys, little girls, and the only time that you ever will see.
Hold on, peep this. Remember the whole dude now. I think the dude is a patsy, allegedly. Allegedly. I think the dude is a patsy, but the dude who allegedly offed Charlie Kirk, right? They
Mhm.
trying to make Charlie Kirk this beloved figure. They giving him Charlie Kirk Day, which is his own George Floyd's birthday, because him and George Floyd got the same birthday. So
Mhm.
they trying to teach Charlie Kirk in the schools, like how they teach MLK. They trying to get your kids to learn about Charlie Kirk in the school, right? And
Right.
this person who allegedly got him up out of here, they take him in super sweet and peaceful. Now, I'm not trying to say that police need to be brutalizing people, but an innocent man gets beat down, and then somebody that slaughtered multiple people, y'all over here bringing them in to get Burger King.
Well,
This
and
shit don't
yeah,
make no sense,
that's
bro.
what I'm saying, bro. It shows you, bro, who's really in charge, and like with the authority in the system, man. Look how hard they go on innocent people, and that's why that's why people call the police department cowards. Because look at the behavior. Y'all gang up, and then y'all get extra tough, and y'all got weapons, and y'all
Well,
use
they're the
all
biggest gang.
yeah,
What
y'all
what
gang.
what's a stronger gang? Crips, Bloods, or the cops? Like it's not even close. But they convince you that the Crips are the most violent gang. The Crips don't got no tanks. The Crips don't got drones and lawfare. And it looks like we've been joined by okay, that's all I'm saying this day. I was like, Lil Bill, aka Amistad. Now, what's up with you, Roger Meadow? Hey, salute to Mom Dukes. Where's she at?
See, I was on my way and then you triggered me with this. So I realized that what I had to say, it would have been too much typing. So what I want to do is I want to give you some information about New York and then like sign off and then go see Mom. I might return later. So if
Okay,
I may be allowed to read something here. Give me
yeah, you got
1 second. Can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear you. But if you're talking now, it looks like you froze up.
Yeah, he might got to turn his Wi-Fi on or off or something. Or
Hey, yeah, Roger. Yeah, you
what
have
about now?
froze. Yeah, now you was good, but you have froze up. So if you had said something prior, just start it over because you froze.
You know what? I think it's because I went away from this screen and was going to read something. Let me see if it happens again.
Yeah, and make sure that you close the YouTube as well.
Oh no, I didn't open.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I think your Wi-Fi is kind of janky, bro.
Yeah, I don't hear nothing.
It seems that when I go away from this screen, so you know what I'm gonna do? My computer is at my mom's house, so I'll come back and I'll read to you what I got.
Okay, cool. Yeah, do that and then send mom Dukes our best, the panel in the chat.
No doubt.
Send
All
her
right,
happy birthday.
No doubt.
All right, peace out. Yeah, Roger's always coming in with good information. So I did want to hear that, Roger, but the Wi-Fi was just a little bit janky. Do you need me to remove you or are you just gonna drop down? All right, otherwise I'm gonna just mute you right there. But go ahead, John. You remember what you were saying?
No, shit. We was talking about how, bro, we don't never see no footage or no pictures, no mug shots of any PDFs. You know what I'm saying? Then PDF
At all.
they don't ever get assaulted. They don't get beat up. These are the people who deserve that rough ass treatment and shit, bro. So you telling me you have enough, compassion that when you allegedly run up in these homes of these people who've been assaulting multiple children's and their own children and other people's children, and
hey, peep this. We haven't seen nobody from that Epstein list. They have the list with the names,
they ain't
but
beat
they won't show you no name. They keep trying to get you to focus on George Floyd. George Floyd been gone over 6 years, bro. Why y'all still bringing him up? You know what I mean? Every day you keep hearing shit about BLM, but they keep trying to forget about that list. No, who was in that list? They said George Floyd was a junkie. Okay, fine. He was a junkie who would allegedly had a counterfeit bill. Those people weren't on that EpiPedo list. Those weren't junkies.
Yeah,
those were highly sophisticated, well-to-do, wealthy people. Go ahead, John.
Millionaires, billionaires, you know what I'm saying? A junkie deserves to get beat to death and killed, but a person who's capable of and who's not capable, but is also responsible for way more notorious, infamous, horrific, just every horrible name you could think of in a dictionary type of crime. These people, if they are or were ever taken in even for questioning, they were never roughed up. They were never, the handcuffs weren't even too tight on them. You know what I mean? And that just goes to show you how, so many things come.
Well, after Epi was as convicted as a pedophile, right? They gave him like a sweet deal where he could leave the prison all day and he only had to come back at night to sleep there. And when he slept, bruh, have you ever heard the term like club fed? Like, cause they got these federal prisons. This bro is just like it's kind of like a resort. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like you locked
they,
up, but it's like is
they in
what
there
was
playing.
that, John?
They in there playing video games, PlayStations and shit, and
HD.
I'm
Come
hearing
on,
about
bro.
all
Getting
kind of damn shit.
massages. Yeah. Bro,
Yeah, like bro,
they
what?
gave the chick Ghislaine Maxwell. Bro, they gave her a little bro. She was like, "Oh, I'm lonely. I want a cute dog." They gave her like
Dog and shit.
bro, whatever the cutest dog you can think. They gave her one, bro. Those dogs ain't cheap.
A
Like a cheap
dog and
one is
shit.
like 5 bands, bro. It's like, hold on, it's a bunch of dudes in there that's lonely, but they don't care. So not only did they not rough her up, they're giving her all sorts of privileges. And mind you, they were doing this to all white girls because Epstein said he didn't want no niggers around. So
He
this was all white girls, bruh.
well, he said that, but in that same report, Epstein himself was talking about having what he have. He's like, oh, let's go hunting. Talking about they was basically gonna be sniping so-called black people, in random places and shit like that. So it's not like he still wasn't victimizing them. He was killing them and
Oh
all.
yeah, yeah. No, he was. I meant for their little sescapade
No,
things. You know
you
what I
you
mean? For
right. You said
yeah.
that about that, but everybody else in the media thing, I seen people making little
And then he
celebratory.
still didn't want him around, like because he wanted people like Jay-Z. He wanted black puppets around.
Right.
I'm saying for the abuse that they were doing, they didn't want black chicks around, and then they didn't want black dudes because they
But
had mostly white girls, and of course they didn't want some mandingo warrior smashing these little, little snow buns and
hey,
stuff,
but
right?
But bro, why aren't the white people upset about that? Why aren't white people outraged that that's basically they were being discriminated against, bro. They were basically they wanted allegedly the people of that color, right? So they should be outraged
Yes.
more. You see what I'm saying? They should be
Yeah.
out
Yeah,
even
no, they were specifically targeted. But that's what I'm saying. They were specifically targeted by
that's a
people
hate.
that look like them. But
That's a
guess
hate.
who they gonna blame? Some nigga in Chicago or Oakland that had nothing to do with it.
Come on, man. We hear more about Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, than we hear about, all the big wigs that's
and
orchestrating.
and 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 I'm like, fine, call out Jay-Z, but it's like if you only calling out Jay-Z and not they always say cut off the head of the snake. You never hear nobody say cut off the middle of the snake or shed some skin for the snake, right? These people are the head of the snake, but we're trying to avoid that, right? You
Right.
want me to be mad at somebody that's selling an eighth or an ounce when there's someone that's saying selling metric tons.
Boatloads. Bringing boatloads through here, but you want to stand me up because I got an A for the dub sack or something like that. But that's equivalent to
Then it's like it shouldn't have been in baggies. It shouldn't have been in baggies. So
one
I
bag.
had an eighth bagged up, and you want to hit me with possession. Bro had a whole ton, but since it was in one clear,
You
one
know,
clear plastic bag is good.
come on, just give them restitution. You know what I mean? They getting restitution fines and shit like that, bro. It's
Bro, they
crazy.
be getting community service, and many of the times, many of their buddies have a nonprofit, so all they have to do is go to them. Hey,
I
John, sign
know.
me off and said I did 250 hours of community service here.
Yep, that easy. That easy. Shit. Tiger Woods, he just kind of just got off with some shit like that, didn't he? When he ran into the back of that damn, he
Bro,
was
Tiger Woods is a mess, bro. It's like, bro is like I don't know if he's still a billionaire, but at one point he was a billionaire, and bro just refuses to hire a driver. It's like his third, fourth time where he just keeps getting into a drunken stupor and crashing.
yeah,
And
they
one
gonna
thing about
kill somebody. They gonna let him kill somebody, bro, and then that's when he'll have to, be on ankle monitor or some shit like that. It's like, come on, bro, it's crazy.
yeah. No, well, they gonna let him do it, and then they gonna try to make it like a black community thing. But it's like, nah. Tiger Woods said he wasn't black.
Yeah,
Tiger
he'll.
Woods,
Hey, if he accidentally kills somebody, they might make the mistake of calling him black though. But other than that, he makes sure that he points out that he doesn't identify as black, and
yeah,
whenever if he receives some sort of award, I'm pretty sure they would state that he's whatever he classifies himself as Asian or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, this the thing. It's one of those things that everybody else calls them black, so he will lean into it when he believes it's beneficial to him. Because I think Trump was trying to give him some sort of award and look like, hey, look, here's my black friend. But he said that hey, he doesn't want to be considered black because it would erase his Asian roots and all this other type of stuff. So he tried to say that he's cannibal Asian or caucable Asian or something. He's trying to say that he's mixed with Caucasian, Asian, and black and stuff. So, okay, fine then. But then when people try to say, all right, bro, you ain't black, but you see the Asian community ain't riding for him, no. But bro, he's Asian though, you know what I mean? And it's the same thing. We always talk about the dude on the Lakers. His name is Rui Hachimura, or there's another tennis player, right? She's black and Japanese, but they don't truly honor the Japanese side until she wins something. When she wins an award, they like, yeah, Japan stand up. When she loses, it's just another black person with Japanese ancestry, right? So we're the only ones who have been acknowledging the one drop rule and accepting people, but you can't say that there's a one drop rule, but it only works one way, right? So think of it like this, bro. If you got a big bowl of vanilla ice cream and you put one drop of Hershey's chocolate syrup in there, is that now chocolate ice cream?
No, hell no.
But according to the racial construct, it is. That's what the whole one drop rule is, right? You know, hey, it doesn't matter what this person looks like if you have one drop, which is why they're saying Paris, Michael Jackson's so-called daughter. You know who I'm talking about?
No, he got a daughter named Paris.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull her up, but apparently she says she's identifies as a black woman. But I'm saying the one drop rule only works one way. I say fine. If you want to use it, then that means that it would have to work the opposite way. So this is what they say. If you got a whole bowl of vanilla ice cream and you got one drop of Hershey's chocolate syrup, now that's suddenly chocolate ice cream.
So
But
Michael
on the
Jackson
flip
had a
side,
he had kids with a white woman or what?
this is what's alleged. Some people are trying to say that, they don't truly believe that this is his daughter, but you know what I mean? This is all alleged. I can't,
What about
confirm or deny. I'm gonna pull the image up right now.
what about Blanket Jackson? Was his mom white or something too? Then
Which Jackson?
Blanket. He had a kid named Blanket, I believe, a son or something like that.
That I would have to check. I think their mom was white. So this is Paris Jackson. So some are saying she identifies as a black woman because her daddy is Michael Jackson and he's a black man. So she has one drop of blackness.
I don't
And
know. She don't really have no feature. Zoom in on this shit. I don't see. Does this look like somebody who has any? Nah, blue eyes. Well, I mean, it's possible you can be black with blue eyes. I'm not saying it like that, but
you can, but now it's a bit rare, but you can. I can't act like you can't.
okay, but bro, nah, I just don't
That
see
ain't
it,
no
bro.
sister.
Hell no. Zoom in on her hair. Do we have some other pictures? I mean, any features of a black one? I don't know about
Hold
that,
on.
bro.
Come on, John. You can't gatekeep blackness.
If I just seen her, I wouldn't think she
Hold,
was.
hold on. Give me 1 second. No, but see, this is what I'm saying. That's what the one drop rule is. The one drop rule says that she is black and you
The thing
can't
is,
question that.
but B, black is our DNA is so dominant. She should have way more, some sort of tell signs. Like Michael Jackson, if your father, see, it's one thing. Like if the mother is black, but then the dad is something else. If the dad is black, usually, bro, you're gonna have way more.
I'm
Like
trying to look at that hair. Most of the hair is the same.
bro, look at Khloe Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? She looked like OJ, but I
Oh,
mean,
and
even
let
look at
me
her
say, you
nose.
said he had a son. You said he had a kid named Blanket Jackson.
Blanket, yeah.
Is it a girl, a boy?
Blanket is a boy. I think Blanket might be the one that he held over the balcony that time or something when he was playing or some
Okay,
shit.
got you. Let's see. Okay, this is Blanket Jackson. Is Blanket black?
Shit, he should be. I mean, shit, that's his
Hold
son.
on. That's Blanket right there.
Blanket look blacker than he look like he looks more mixed than that other girl. That other girl you just
Yeah, no,
showed.
I hear what you're saying. He do got a little tint to him, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Hair a little curly, a little bit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta look up Michael Jackson's baby mama though, man. He got one or two. What's going on? I don't know who. How could she be so secret? How was that kept a secret? Because he was so people were so fanatic about him. I thought that would kind of you wouldn't even be able to hide that. I'm looking it up right now on my phone.
Yeah, but my whole point is that like with this whole one drop rule, there's no reverse one drop rule. If you got a bowl of chocolate ice cream and you put one drop of vanilla syrup, that's not considered vanilla ice cream. But vanilla ice cream with one drop of
Oh,
Hershey syrup is
hey,
now considered chocolate ice cream.
hey, Prince Jackson and Paris Jackson, their mom is an American nurse. Her name, they said, the second wife of the late pop Michael Jackson. Her name was Debbie Rowe, and this is a straight up white woman.
Oh,
Damn,
for real?
yeah, she's straight up white, like white. Damn, and it's crazy because she got a picture with Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson is whiter than her.
Oh, yikes.
Damn, this is crazy. I might have to pull this up later on the show or something, bro. But this picture is disturbing.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
Damn, this all the females that love Michael
they're
Jackson,
black though. You can't tell them that they're not, John.
bro. These kids. I'm curious though how they don't have none of the genes.
But hold on, peep this, John. Peep this. This is why I brought up the analogy with the ice cream. That they are black and you have to accept that. However, you can't call them white though. Even though they're partially white, you can't call them that though. Why is that, you think?
You can't call Michael Jackson's kids white.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm being facetious with this, but
I'm
what I'm saying is that
I'm
that
guessing you
is
can't.
you could, but what I'm saying is white society is not honoring their whiteness, but
Well, Michael
we're
Jackson
supposed
is
to honor and embrace, you know,
no, you're
that
right,
they
but
are.
yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a fact.
And like I said, we've always been the ones to do that. Like we have no issues doing that. But I think there should be a line drawn in the sand because some people, this is where the term cosplaying and tethering comes from, right? They don't, and shout out to the late great Paul Mooney. He says everybody wants to be a nigga, but nobody wants to be a nigga. So they want that aesthetic, but then they want to also say, you know what? I want to go to a wine cave in Napa and I don't want to be a nigga. So they can just take it off just like a jacket. You know what I mean? But that ain't really what
Hmm.
it's about. Yeah, it has to be in you, not on you. If it's on you, it's just like a jacket. It's not really a core and central to your identity and your being and stuff. You know what I mean? When you coming up with these ideas, exclusive, elusive, that has to be in you. If it's on you, then somebody else could just take it and use it and run with it however they see fit. But it's in you, and you know, you're carrying it how you envisioned. You know what I mean? So a lot of these self-identifying terms and intellectual sovereignty is deeper than just saying someone is black or Israelite or whatever term people come up with to identify themselves, right? It means more than just what I call a buzzword and a bumper sticker, right? People have fought, bled, and died to stand on what they believe is black power and black excellence. For someone to just come and try to mock and ridicule, yeah, black power and all this stuff, but you're trying to co-opt it just to give it away to another community. You know what I mean? I can't
Mm.
respect that. There's nothing wrong with being white. There's nothing wrong with being Latino. There's nothing wrong with being mixed or anything like that. But always say, man, like if you take a zebra to the Oakland Zoo, the Philadelphia Zoo, the San Diego Zoo, it's gonna be a zebra. It's not gonna be a zebra in the San Diego Zoo, then it turned into a Mustang in San Francisco. It's like, and this is all was
Because
people are getting tired of, bro. Like
yeah,
you get around a bunch of Latinos. Oh yeah, I'm mixed with a little bit of Latino, so I'm Afro Latino. Get around the blacks. I'm a nigga just like y'all. Get around the whites. Well, I'm not really like those blacks. I'm mixed. It's like, come on, bro. If you're gonna be that, just stay that. Just stop trying to tether. You know what I mean? Go
right.
ahead, Ty. You got it.
Nah, that was a good ass analysis right there. You take a zebra to Oakland, what it's supposed to change it is. You take it over here, it's something different. Like that's a
Come
good one.
on, bro. John, did you stop being from West Pittsburgh when you went to Atlanta? Did
Yeah,
anything core about your being change? I mean, you were in a different time zone, a different element with
yeah,
different people that talk a different slang that be
right,
walking around with the poles on them, but you still John though. Like
right.
what changed? You feel me?
Actually, I'm actually in Atlanta. I was Luther. I'm Luther now, and I identify as being born and raised in Kansas. You know what I'm saying? They can just switch their whole shit. Like that shit be crazy, bro. That's a good ass analysis. Definitely gonna use that shit.
Hey, you know what I mean? I'm here to teach and I'm here to learn. Let's play a little bit more of the video though. And I thanks for coming up, bro. This is a little dope. And I'm gonna get to the chat too. I'm gonna just play some of the video and I'm gonna respond to the chat because the chat has been chatting.
This incident, and here is what she had to say.
Yes, I have seen the video. I have been briefed on it, and this matter is under internal review by our Internal Affairs Bureau, and we'll have more to say about it as that investigation unfolds.
And this is the whole thing. And I'm gonna rewind it back and play it. It's just I gotta stop it so the content is transformative. But they gonna have the internal affairs look at it. The internal affairs is just another cops. It's just cops from a different like unit and department. So they investigate themselves and say, "Oh yeah, we'll have someone looked into it. Oh yeah, our department." When do these so-called internal affairs? When do you ever see them like bust up cops? They have white supremacists, and Latino like cops, gang cops in the security, in the sheriff's department in
Mm,
SoCal. What is internal affairs doing about that, right? Look at all these dirty cops in Antioch and Pittsburgh and stuff. What did internal affairs do about it? Usually they'll have a report. There was some San Jose cops, all they was kept calling black people niggers and all sorts of stuff, right? All they did was do a report and then they'll say, oh, they relocate them, right? So they be like, oh, they've been moved to a different assignment, right? It's like, so why do they still have a job? Bro, if you working at Chick-fil-A, if you working at the chocolate factory, if you talk about, the J people, if you talk about gay people, if you talk about any of these groups, they'll have you up out of there. Cops is calling black people niggers in a racist thread, and they say, oh, we're just going to reassign them.
yeah. Send them somewhere else so they can restart over with a fresh slate and still get paid.
They did the same thing to the dude at Oscar Grant at Fruitville Station. Once he unalived him and said, "Oops, my bad. I thought I was reaching for a taser." Bro, the taser don't feel nothing like that firearm that he allegedly thought. Like, bro, and then in order for you to fire, you gotta put the firearm in front of you.
Right.
You know that tear is black and yellow. So once
Right.
you whipped out, oops, I thought I reached for my taser. Okay, once you pointed it, you knew that it wasn't a taser.
Once you held it, you know how heavy a gun is versus a taser.
But guess what? He did a little time and got reassigned to another state. So what happens is they send him to another state or another part of the state, so it's someone else's problem. If he's a Bay Area cop, they send him way down south or to the Central Valley in
Like
Fresno or something.
It's just like witness protection, bro, or having immunity. They'll send you somewhere. They're basically protecting you. We're gonna send you here, so you'll be good, But since there's too much of an uproar over here, so we're just gonna, take care of you. Still, we're gonna put you over here, and that'll fix everything. Like, no, it's not. It's not fixing nothing at all. He got away with murder. Is what the fuck it did. But go ahead.
Yeah, and how is that accountability, right? They always talk about the black community. Y'all need to hold each other accountable. Right now, if some musty, crusty, dusty nigga does a drive-by in Oakland, nigga, how could you hold him accountable? You at home feeding your kids and helping them with their homework. John, you need to hold that nigga in Oakland accountable. How? The nigga's already being held accountable. He got locked up and given some time. So you want me to make a podcast about him to hold him accountable? But then on the flip side, who's holding these cops accountable? Nobody. They're the ones who's not really been held accountable. Niggas is being held accountable. John, you know the times that John, when the state gave you your time, you know, hey, we didn't like it, we didn't want it to happen, but that's what accountability is. You know what I mean? Now sometimes they overstep. It's not the justice system, it's the injustice system. And most of that time is discretion. The time that they gave you, they could have sent you on your merry way. But I'm just saying, in terms of accountability, that's what it was. You took that on the chin, you hopped out and you said, you know what, I'm still, you know, you could have been a victim, right? They always talk about how black people have a victim mindset. Bro, you really came out of the system and built a better life. So it's like, where's the victim?
Right. Exactly, bro. You know,
but what happens is along that journey, once you are attacked and you know they try to basically undermine and disenfranchise you, once you complain about it, they call that victimhood. No, if you stop victimizing me, if you stop trying to undermine me, I wouldn't have anything to complain about. So for one of the things is like I was telling you about the permit game, right? It used to be, especially in Oakland, it used to be a litany of people that was selling barbecue plates and all this other stuff. They went and got them up out of there. They said, oh, you don't got no permit, so you got to get out of here. Then the ones that did have a permit, they said, oh, well, you're loitering on public property. But you walk down any street, I'm seeing people selling strawberries, elote, also. I'm like, hey, no power to the hustlers, bro. But I'm like, why aren't they stopping these dudes? I go up there to go get some. They could barely speak any English, bro. Fine, it's cool. I just want some strawberries. But I'm just saying, if somebody could barely speak any English, how did they fill out the English paperwork to get a English American permit? The thing is, they don't have permits. It's just discretionary. Just like I said, the cops, they could have gave you that time. Oh, like Jay Diggs, right? It was discretionary. They could have gave him life for what he had. And then they also could have gave him a misdemeanor and let him walk. That's why he's out now. They didn't have to give him all that time. They chose to give him that time.
Chose to do it. And they always say, yeah, this is what the you know, the mandatory maximum or minimum is for this.
Mandatory minimum.
But
they don't have to give you that though.
We never got to do that, bro. But the judge always do. And it's like, what happens? What would really happen to the judge if they didn't? Like, you know what I'm saying? How often do we see judges fired or judges?
Nothing would happen because once you've made it, that's considered the pinnacle of law enforcement, right? The judge, right? That's why once the judge hits that final gavel, the judge has more say than the cops who arrested you and locked you up. So, and those judges have so many cases, so they're not going to pinpoint and try to undermine a judge based on how they ruled. But once you start looking and comparing, and these ain't my numbers, when you start looking up how they rule based on racial demographics, anyone could look. On average, black people for the same crime get 20% more time. They're denied parole at a higher rate than their white counterparts simply because of race, ethnicity, and the amount of melanin that you have. Because and John, I really want you to speak to this as well, bro, because this is how they want to have that legalized slavery. Because once you become a ward of the state, that's literally what you are, a slave, right? They don't talk about you being your mama's kid. They say that you're a ward of the state.
Property now.
Yeah, and you become that property, right? And then, John, could you speak to all of the things that they be, and I might pull it up too, but all of the things that they have people doing in terms of so-called making a living in the jail. And one of them I always talk about is the fire camp. I knew some firemen and they said that like there were some dangerous fires that they didn't even want to do. And they said, well, let the prisoners do it, right? Because they're like, Yeah,
They
they
prisoner.
see them as less than human. So it's like, well, let them do some dangerous stuff. Could you speak
Yeah,
on that, or did you have any experience with doing that?
no, I never been to fire camp or nothing like that, but I got quite a few cousins and shit like that that did that, and they always would sign up for that because you're guaranteed to get like basically a time cut, if you complete those types of courses. But it's like they're getting cheap labor while you putting your life on the line, and of course they're gonna send you to the fires that the actual firefighters don't want to fight, and on top of that you gain they gain like incredible skills, to where they should actually be able to be hired as firemen, upon release. But that is so I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody from
Bro,
fire
that
camp
that now
actually.
that where it gets deeper right there. They've shown the skills. No, there's some real shit right here. This where they've shown the skills, but not only that, they've shown the courage to be willing to do the most dangerous fires that even the seasoned veteran firemen wouldn't do. And guess what they get considered when they come out? There's that word again, a felon. So you
Yeah,
had no issue with that felon over there putting out that dangerous fire. Now that he's a so-called free man, yeah, you a felon. Yeah, I got the skills, bro. I'm trying to clean my life up.
I
And
just
then now they won't
wait
hire you because you a felon. You
much
turn
to it.
to doing some, what was that, John?
Yeah, you've been fighting fires though, literally for the past 6 months to a year, or however long you've been doing it for though. As of recent, you know what I'm saying. So that felon shit shouldn't matter. You was a felon when you was just out there with your life on the line fighting them fires, bro. And that's what I'm saying. That's bullshit. How they try to, use semantics and with these titles and shit like that, bro, just to undermine and cut people off, bro, and not give them opportunities, man. And that just shows you, like, it's.
And peep this. Salute to Cow Dog. Cow Dog is a Bay Area OG too. He says no cats I know fought fires in jail became a firefighter. He's saying nobody that he know, like you said, our cousins, our fam and shit. They
Yeah, I
was
know,
in fire camp.
bro. I know niggas that have been to fire camp like 2 times, 3 times and shit, off of prison bids and shit, bro. And they still never became no firemen, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure,
And
you
clearly
know,
it's not because they don't have the skills. It's
right?
because they gonna call them a felon. And
Yeah,
they
they're
say
not
that's all they
provided.
say. They don't hire felons.
Right, they're not getting provided the opportunity, bro. So it's like,
And
man,
that's wow. Y'all won't hire felons, but y'all just leave. Y'all will let them risk their life. It's crazy. They won't hire you as a free man. Think about how sick this is, right? John, as a free man, you're more valued in society. But if you're a free man with a felony, are you really free? Because they won't hire you. And it just keeps going back to this felony because it's permanently on your record. But bro, how are we trying to say that we're a Christian nation? What does the Bible say about forgiveness and repentance and stuff? Many people have went in jail and turned a new leaf.
yep,
They devoted their life to God, but because I'm a felon, bro, we gonna have to get deeper with that, bro.
yeah,
How are
like
y'all Bible thumping to me? But you keep look, I get it. There's some
niggas,
disgusting people that are felons, but peep this. Everybody in that pedophile list, guess what? None of them were felons.
yeah,
Yeah, because none of them got caught. So clearly they don't have a criminal record. So none of them are felons. So mind you, you gotta fail, but you didn't never did no sick pedo shit. But somehow you're worse than the people
some
who did, bruh.
they
Make
can
it
go
make
to the
sense.
post office and all kind of shit, bro. And now that I think about it, I mean,
They can go to other countries and do this. This is what they did in here. What you think they do when they go to a poor country in Africa? What you think when they do when they go to these poor countries in Asia? These were the original passport bros. It's just they didn't call it that. They just went over there impregnating. Many of them go on these little sescapades with these little, underdeveloped nations, spreading the money out and stuff like that.
passport
But
PDF.
we're Yeah, but we're supposed to look at somebody that was selling a little some on the side to provide for his family. We're supposed to look at him as lower than earth. I mean, lower than the scum of the earth, and they're irredeemable. But that ain't really what the scripture teach. So it's just really infuriating because they keep talking about this being a white Christian nation and we need more Bibles in the schools. Okay, fine. Let's bring in more Bibles. What is the Bible going to say about hiring felons and giving them a new opportunity in life? What is the point of even letting them out? If you just gonna let them out and know that ain't nobody gonna hire them, what do you think they gonna turn back to? They gonna turn to something that they know. And hey, gangs are always hiring, right? We talking about the numbers gangs. The gangs are always hiring. The blade is always open.
Man.
And then they gonna give you another felony, and then they gonna say, oh, that's just your culture. No, I showed you that my culture was working hard, and that's why I was willing to fight those fires, but you didn't want to hire me. So it's, hey, that's why shout out to SWP. He said America has the black people they deserve. You can't deprive somebody, and then it's like you chain up a junkyard dog, right? And then you just abuse it, and the dog is malnutritioned. And then you go try and pet the dog, and you be like, why that damn dog bite me? You mean the dog that you didn't feed, that you had chained up, that you was kicking and spitting on?
Right.
But you want that dog to act like Lassie? That's Cujo. That ain't no.
The dog showing resistance. You know what I'm saying? The dog is showing resistance. Why are you resisting?
Hey, now we gotta put it to sleep. The dog
You know
resisted. It's like, come on, bro.
Dog resisted.
That's literally what they do to us, bro.
Straight up. But you know that they had that law. They were saying that we were actually labeled as what 1/3 of a human or some shit.
Yeah, 3/5 of a human being. Yeah, the 3/5. Yeah.
It's crazy. And then they saying that you know, the dogs, they got more rights than us. You know what I'm saying? You kill a dog, you'll get hella time, man. You kill a black man, shit, you'll be around again. You know, so they show us like with their judgments
What they true value is. Yep.
For sure. Look how they do
Yeah,
it.
even that time when they was lynching us, like the dogs, the pets had more rights than us. Even now, look what they're doing with the immigrants, the people who just got here who are not even citizens. They're saying the person that's not a citizen has more rights than you. And I'm not into abuse of anyone, of abuse of animals, abuse of immigrants, abuse of citizens. But it's like you can't abuse black people and then you want to treat everybody else with kid gloves and just say, get over it. Well, I'll get over it when you stop treating people like that. You know what I mean? Somebody constantly disrespecting you and saying, man, get over the disrespect. If you stop disrespecting me, then I'll get over it, right? There would be nothing to get over if you wasn't disrespecting me, right? If you weren't victimizing people, there would be no reason for anyone to have a victim mentality. Imagine someone is raping your daughter over and over and over. When is she supposed to get over that? When she turns 30? Oh, that happened a long time ago. You're supposed to be over your childhood great incidents. Like, come on, bro. You ain't gonna never, those types of things like mold you and shaped you. If there's a kid that was a childhood soldier in Africa and he had to body somebody, right? When he's 50, he's not gonna be over taking somebody's life. How could you tell a woman or anybody? Because it's a lot of young males that get violated too. And I might pull this up too. Actually, there was a police county where they were violating these men, where they were like, they'll pull them over for a traffic stop, handcuff them, and then they would be like sodomizing these dudes, like penetrating them from the back with like batons and other like foreign objects and stuff.
Where was that at?
I believe it was down south somewhere. I think like Mississippi or something like that. I'm gonna try to pull it up while I'm playing this video.
Hey, that was NYPD that stuck the plunger up that black dude ass that one time. Remember, bro? They beat him, handcuffed him to the bed, bro. Stuck plungers up, all kind of just horrific.
And see and this is what I always, you know, I like when I be saying stuff like this ain't to like ridicule anyone or glorify or, you know, try to demean anyone, but we have to tell it like it is, bro. This is what people are talking about when they say that you're a slave or a ward of the state. They treat you however they want, and I'm against this. In order for it to change, we need more people speaking up. My channel ain't gonna be monetized speaking like this. So if y'all do support, you know, hit me on the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever. But I ain't doing this for the cash because I'm not getting paid for this stuff. I'm doing it because the people who getting paid won't even speak about this stuff. But they say they love you so much and they care about you so much, right? What is Christian about that, right? Because you're supposed to be backing the cops no matter what. What is so Christian and righteous about a cop violating people's right? And what is it with these cops always wanting to like obsess over black dudes' penises and wanting to like penetrate black dudes? It's countless stories where they're just sodomizing these black dudes with their fingers, with inanimate objects. And it's no story. And then on top of that, this story, you got goofy niggas that will be like, pause, and trying to make light of it and shit like that, bro. How you think those niggas feel? This not something you can tell your homie about. This ain't something you would even go bring a case to, right? You gonna go before the judge and say, I'm suing the NYPD because they stuck some up my booty, right? Just me even framing it like that, niggas like, I ain't speaking on that. Well, then if you don't speak on it, why would the cops ever stop?
Right. You gotta
It's a
be spoken on,
sicker,
bro. You
yeah.
gotta be spoke on. That's why it keeps growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Like even with the child trafficking and all that shit, bro. People don't even question, why do you think cryptocurrency exists? What do you think these people are really, why is it important for people to be spending money that they don't want to be traced? Why, how could it become such a financial, super, just just the next best thing out of nowhere? The dollar's crashing and all this stuff, but crypto is just booming and all this shit. People don't use their brains, bro. You know what I'm saying? Why they,
John, you see this on here?
what's that?
NYPD cop who sodomized black man with broomstick released early from prison.
Look at
Is
that,
this
got out early. Ain't that some shit? But guarantee you that same prison denies some brothers some paroling, bro. You see what
for
I'm saying?
some weed?
For some shit that didn't have way less, bro. To having sticking a broomstick.
Most cats in there is for non-violent drug offenses. So this is why they try to demonize everything. Okay, I get it, bro. You shouldn't be stealing. But a dude went to Ross and stole a bunch of clothes, and then they like, get out, nigga, 15 years. You feel me? It's like, bro, he stole a bunch of clothes from Ross. It wasn't that expensive. And then Ross, they write it off as an insurance
Anyway,
thing. So they
anyway,
get money back for it.
for sure. For sure, there was no foul. There was no harm really done. There's no foul. See, that's the whole thing with insurance in America, bro. Insurance is the whole thing that's how we stay afloat with everything, bro. Everybody uses insurance. Donald Trump, when he files bankruptcy, all these major companies when they report losses and shit like that. It's all covered by insurance. And then we're in so much debt anyway. The money that they telling you that's floating around, it doesn't even exist. Not the digitized money that's in the bank account, that's in the systems. It's just all digits and numbers. So every time they print it, it loses value because it costs money to actually make it. So instead of always printing it, they only print it at certain times. And every time they print it, shit just goes up because the value just lost more dollar because they had to put more in circulation and rotation or whatever. But like I said, bro, the shit doesn't really exist. That's how the bank can make a mistake and put $100,000 in your account, and then when you
That's
spend
all
the,
imaginary. That's why they're saying like Elon is worth allegedly like $1 trillion right now, right? So it's like,
that's that
but it's all on what they call unrealized gains, right? And
yeah, well,
estimations, right? Oh, we predict that exclusive elusive at this rate, if they keep the growth in 20 years, they'll be worth this. So now, John, based on this valuation, right? Based on this valuation, now John is worth 750 million, right? Even
yeah,
if you don't got 750 million in your pocket or bank account to spend, right? Same thing that they did with Kanye, right? Remember, he was a billion, and then overnight they were like, now he at about 800, now
remember
he about 600 million. It's like, hold on,
remember
how?
remember all
Where'd
the
that flow?
bailouts
Yeah.
when the presidents found trillions of dollars to send to
Yep.
Ukraine and all these other countries.
Yeah, no, peep this. They said, oops. I actually might pull that up. They said, oops, they sent some billions over there, right? Then they said, oops, that was an account error. So now we can send some more billions over there because the amount of billions that we said we sent, we didn't really send that. You know what I mean?
Like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? So where did
Yeah, no, and did you
like,
know that the Pentagon, they fail every audit? Bro, if you fail an audit, bro, I remember one time I signed up for a bank account for Chase Bank, right? And they had something where it's like once you sign up for new accounts, and if you deposit like I think it was like 500 or $1,000 within like a certain amount of time, they give you like a complimentary $300, right? And I was like, cool. I needed to get another bank account, so I
yeah,
did that, right? And then they had sent me the 300, right? So
yeah,
then one time I had did my taxes, And then I didn't claim that 300. First of all, I had forgot about it. I didn't even know I was supposed to claim that. They penalized me for not claiming that 300, and I damn near had to pay like 400 or 500 on the 300 that I didn't claim. And that's one thing. And that's what I'm saying. That's what IRS does. They specifically target black people, but they target people so they consider if you're making under.
She just mentioned us in a post. She said we live right now. She just shared this on the wall.
Who was that?
My boo just said
Oh,
B-Eazy.
salute to my boo. What it do? Salute to my boo. I like her content. Like some of those plates, I was like, my boo, you be selling them plates. Let me know. I'll come pick one up. Let me know.
Yeah, I be
But
seeing that.
salute to
I'm like,
my boo.
she bought this here. She do be she have some shit up there.
Chef my whip me up a plate with a Mai Tai. I'll shoot you a little some.
Shout out
But go
Rig
ahead,
too.
John.
I just now checked.
Oh, Rig's up in here. Oh, salute to Big Rig, the big block boat rider, Mr. 350 himself. But go ahead, John.
Yeah, man. Damn, peep this. Remember the other night on my channel when we was looking up Elon Musk, how much money he got funded by the government and shit? What would have been even more interesting because seeing they gave him all the millions, right? Remember B?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, they gave Elon, he was funded all those millions, but it's like, where's the record of him paying that shit back? You see what I'm saying? They say
He
this dude is
didn't.
worth. They're saying he's worth all of these billions, and then they're saying that,
They saying $1 trillion, damn near.
well, yeah, damn near $1 trillion, but he's getting funded all of these fucking 32 million, 58 millions, 80
From the
something million
government.
from the
The same
government.
government that he telling you don't ask them for nothing. And this is what I'm trying to say. Like you said, it's all made up. You know, the government, because there's so much old money in circulation, they burn a lot of money. So they trying to burn all the old money. So it's only those blue strips and the new money in circulation. And then they ultimately trying to get everybody to the digitized currency. But they're trying to frame it as if they're doing us a favor. Oh, look how convenient it is. But it's just of a way to track you. Right now, John, if we want to broker a deal for some merchandise that you got, I could just come and pay you cash, but right now, if you want to get your girl something from Victoria's Secret, it's tracked. Right. If you want to go purchase a firearm, it's tracked. You know what I mean? So that's what they want. Every little minute purchase is tracked. If you want get a Rice Krispie treat, they know. You get some lingerie, they know. You know what I mean? If you go to the clinic, they know. You know what I mean? So that's why they've been pushing the cash is trash thing. So yeah, it's losing value and all this stuff. All people say cash is trash. Okay, cool. I got 50K in cash right now. Will you take it? Hell yeah. But I thought you just said it was trash though. Why would you want a big bag of trash? Then they'll start explaining as to why it's not trash.
And why, but then why are certain gas stations going to give you gas at a cheaper price if you pay in cash versus if you pay with debit or credit?
Yes, that's usually here too. Yeah, and it looks like we got a lot of cats.
Are we getting rid of this shit or y'all want to keep it, bro? It's like y'all keep putting people.
Well, they kind of really need to keep it to try to, because that's how the US has established complete global dominance, by getting everybody on the to back the dollar. But now with the BRICS and other stuff, but that's a whole nother stream and it gets deeper, so I don't really want to go down that route. But we've been joined by some guests. I'm gonna pull the video back up, but I want to let Roger speak before I go into the video, and then I'll go to Mike and Pam Alato. Go ahead, Roger. Is your Wi-Fi good?
Yeah, this is better over mom's house. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So I was chomping at the bit because I didn't know about that with the NYPD or whatever the case is. I was waiting.
When you say you didn't know about that, what is that you're referring to? The broomstick or the beating? The brother getting beat.
Right. Also, regarding that broomstick thing, you're talking about Abner Louima back in
Correct. It was in 97.
There you go. So here's something that you should know. In March 2021, the New York City Council passed legislation signed into law by then Mayor Bill de Blasio, ending qualified immunity for NYPD officers, making it the first major U.S. city to do so. This local law allows individuals to sue police officers directly in city court for violating their civil rights, specifically regarding excessive force and illegal search and seizure. Key aspects of the NYPD qualified immunity ban scope. The law, part of a broader police reform package, prevents NYPD officers from using qualified immunity as a defense against civil lawsuits in New York City courts. Liability, it targets violations of constitutional rights, including unlawful searches, seizures, and excessive force. So that's Fourth and Eighth Amendment rights. Financial impact. The law makes it easier to bring legal action for misconduct with liability aimed at both the department and the city. Limitations. The ban is limited to New York City local law and does not eliminate qualified immunity at the federal or state level claims. Accountability measures. The legislation also requires the NYPD to issue quarterly reports on traffic and vehicle stops, including details on force, arrests, and searches. The move followed months of protest in 2020 and was intended to increase transparency and accountability within the NYPD. While it allows for easier lawsuits, the legislation does not cover all constitutional rights, such as the First Amendment. Now, that's New York City. Next, New York State. The New York State Attorney General's Office of Special Investigation, established in April 2021, acts as an independent prosecutor to investigate all deaths caused by the police and corrections officers. So that's statewide. OSI, which is Office of Special Investigation, handles cases involving both armed and unarmed civilians. This unit ensures independent oversight and, if warranted, prosecutes officers, although this won't apply to this situation because the brother wasn't killed. So he has the weapon of the NYC law will apply. So, that's something right there. So I want to see this like really put to use. Not to say like I was like hoping someone would get their ass kicked so they could get some money, but I hope he gets his money. People was suing before and getting money, like Abner Louima, but that was coming out of the city. This would be coming directly from the NYPD, and the individual officers involved probably hit their pensions or whatever the case is. The problem is that brother got beat up. He probably don't even know. I'm pretty sure his lawyer will tell him, but he probably don't even know. Most New Yorkers.
Will his lawyer tell him? Because many of those lawyers, they
won't get paid, right?
Correct. So they're kind of in cahoots.
So that's just something.
And then here's your girl right here. I'm gonna play some of this. It's your girl, Tish. And she's as pro cop as it gets. And then I seen a little wax statement from the NYPD, and they were saying, "Oh, don't rush to judgment based off a video. Like, we don't know the full story." It's like you don't even need to know the full story. And actually, hold on, before I pull this up, because Roger, you pretty much touched on it, but I was just going to make a broader point, So I asked this just to be very clear, though. Give me one moment. Is it legal for police officers to beat unarmed black men? And that's what I asked. It said, no, it is not legal for police officers to beat any unarmed person during arrest. The U.S. law prohibits excessive force by police. So this is, forget NYPD. This is United States law. The Constitution protects everyone from unreasonable force under the Fourth Amendment, which you talked about. Courts have repeatedly ruled that officers may use the level of force that is objectively necessary to safely make an arrest. Now, they're beating this dude, dragging him around the store. That wasn't objectively necessary. But see, look at the phraseology. Mm-hmm. Objectively necessary is why they start saying, stop resisting. So when they get you into resisting, then they say because he or she resisted, this was objectively necessary. I had to beat them, tase them, pepper spray them because of the resistance made their actions necessary. So it's in the plain text, but it's also all up for interpretation. So beating someone who was unarmed, not resisting, or already restrained is considered excessive force and it's unlawful. Unlawful means illegal. Why won't they just say that it's illegal? They try to say that it's unlawful, but they're literally saying the same thing. But see, when they come to you, they always tell you, oh, that's illegal. You can't do that. But you can't do excessive force either. See, these dudes from the hood, right? They always like to say these niggas grew up in fatherless homes. Okay, fine. So we expect them niggas to do something illegal. But why are the cops who are supposed to be clean and pristine? Why are they doing anything illegal or unlawful at all, right? They're supposed to uphold the law, but yet they're doing unlawful things every day, right? So when officers use excessive force, it violates federal civil rights, which trumps state and local politics. Officers can and should face criminal charges. Victims can file civil lawsuits. Departments can face federal investigations. So I do believe that these people are under some sort of federal investigation, which I think they will allude to in the remainder of this video, which is only like 2 more minutes.
Understand the community interest in it because it is an upsetting video. I believe that the 2 officers have been or are being modified at this time.
And look at the language. The video is upsetting. No, the video is disgusting, vile, and grotesque. They always try to soften the language. Just like when it's some racist stuff, they'll say, oh, it was offensive language. No, it was racist language. And then in order to avoid saying racist stuff, they'll say it was racially insensitive. You mean it was racist and bigoted? Just call it how it is. You know what I mean? Because they always call in black, he was a thug. Hold on. Wasn't he just a troubled youth who was lost? No, he was a thug. Okay. Then we got to call these cops what they are. Barbarians and maniacs.
And once again, their guns and shields have been taken away while the Internal Affairs Bureau investigates this incident. In the meantime, you know, this liquor store is right here. It's on my left-hand side. There was a major press conference that just wrapped up about 20 minutes ago. It had community activists here, including Black Lives Matter, clergy, as well as a city council member, and the woman viral. This happened at a liquor
And just in case y'all just got here, let me play some more of it.
Store, which is at the corner of Baltic and Hoyt Streets here in Brooklyn. The video is about 7.5 minutes long, and you can see the 2 detectives repeatedly punching the man, and then he either falls into or gets thrown into a counter of food.
Did y'all just hear that? And he either falls into or get thrown into. It wasn't no either or. He got thrown into the thing. And this is where it gets disgusting, because when they see exactly what goes on, and then they're trying to say, he might have tripped because the floor was slippery. No, he didn't trip. They threw him down. And I didn't even peep how she kind of slickly threw that in.
Brooklyn. The video is about 7.5 minutes long, and you can see the 2 detectives repeatedly punching the man, and then he either falls into or gets thrown into a counter of food there, a rack of shelves. He falls to the ground, and then they drag him to the front door. Now, during this video, you don't hear the video because there's a lot of cursing by one of the people, the woman who is recording this video, but you can hear her screaming, "Why are you punching him? Why are you punching him?" And then you can also hear the police yelling at him repeatedly, telling him to stop resisting, and roll over and put your hands behind your back. Now, liquor store at the time who shot that viral video, here's what she had to say.
What happened yesterday was unjust. These officers need to be arrested right away. Not another day can go by without them being free in the streets. I'm scared for my life. I'm scared for people that look like me. They need to be locked up right now.
Now, the NYPD's largest police union, they issued a statement basically.
Salute to Knowledge and Relationships. M3, the mayor, what it do? And my boo says, oh, wow. And hold on, I might have to mute you, Roger, just because there was some background noise. But my boo, yeah, she says, oh, wow. And this is unfortunate. How many times do we have to see this, right? I know people try to say, why do you have to make it about race? Okay, fine. Don't make it about race. This was a human being who just happened to coincidentally be of a extra rich melanated hue, right? We don't even have to make it about race. How about we make it about humanity? They talk about what would Jesus do? Is that what Jesus would do? Is this a Christian nation or not? What about that with some Christian values that we should uphold? When you start asking questions like this, all you get is stuttering, stammering, and a chorus of crickets. And like Cal says, stuttering and lying, because they're used to going on these monologues and lying and not having anyone hold them accountable and challenge these false and despicable narratives that they're doing. Show me what other group this is happening to, right? And if there are other groups that it's happening to, which I'm sure there are, but what do people like to say? But per capita, right? So per capita, what group is this disproportionately happening to? And then people will start splaining and pretend as if these groups deserved it, right? And let's just say this dude wasn't. Let's concede that this dude may have did some nefarious stuff, which he didn't. He turned out to be innocent. That's not federal procedure on how you deal with someone who's alleged of some sort of drug involved activity, right? So we're supposed to back the blue no matter who. How could you trust these cops when they're these violent heathens and ruffians?
Saying that the mayor should never prejudge any incident that involves New York City police officers, and they feel that this has been a.
So this is the statement from the NYPD. They're saying, hey, don't prejudge it, even though they're beating the crap out of this dude and dragging him around the store like a little boy. Hey, don't prejudge us. How is there any other way to judge that? That was excessive force. That was incompetence. You want to talk about DEI hires? They're worried about some alleged black pilots and some black person slipping through the cracks at Harvard. Okay, fine. How does that affect your life? It doesn't. But rogue cops going around brutalizing citizens, that does affect you. Notice how people are saying, ice out, ice out. Show me one ICE member doing this to an undocumented migrant. Don't worry. I'll wait. Then they try to bring up Freddie and Nicole Good, which they still should be here today, right? They aren't immigrants and they weren't brutalized for just for existing. So it's not even the same. But yeah, this is the so-called justice system at work. What is just or righteous about this? What is Christian about this?
To judgment. I also have a statement here from the detectives union because as I said, the two are veteran narcotics detectives who work out of Brooklyn North. And this is what their union had to say, quote, NYPD detectives put their lives on the line daily, doing the dangerous work politicians would never have the courage to do. Narcotics detectives arrest you and tell you to put your hands behind your back and don't comply.
So my says, did he kick him in his head? Yeah, he kicked him in his head. He kicked him in his butt. They slammed his head against the thing. They tackled him down. They pulled him by one leg and drug him. The dude was bloodied and bruised and battered. But mind you, they said he was resistant. The dude was injured and can barely move. And he said, stop resisting and kicked him in the butt. Stop resisting and stomped him on his head. Then they had their elbow lodged into his neck and said, stop resisting. Like literally, bro couldn't even breathe. That's what they're saying. Stop breathing while we beat the crap out of you.
What do you think happens? We deserve all the facts before anyone rushes to judgment.
So they'll say things like that. Hey, we should hear all the facts before you rush to judgment. The thing is, they don't give all of the facts. They lie and obfuscate, and then they omit facts, which is a lie by omission. If they know the truth and then decide to intentionally not to tell you, to me, that's a lie by omission. And I'm going to pivot to the next story. But before I do, Michael, did you want to chime in on anything about this story?
Yeah, I do want to chime in a couple of what you said earlier, and I was about to provide something. I've been quite busy on rehearsal, but I'm going to chime in first about what happened in Brooklyn, New York. I saw that video a couple of days ago and I had to watch it from two different angles because the first news, I think it was in ABC, only gave their side of the police. When I watched the second video, the reporter interviewed the victim, right? And the victim reported that he was punched. He was punched in the eyes. I mean, obviously you saw the bruise. He was hit behind. He was even pulled down. And for that New York reporter to say that he fell to how could he fall to the ground when the police were knocking him down, literally? And also, you guys noticed that the two undercover cops did not inform him about his Miranda rights, right? They didn't ask him for his ID. Can you verify, sir, do you fit this description? No, they just assumed that he was a perpetrator and did not even question him, just throw him like a plantation system, almost like plantation 2.0, which police, they are the original slave patrols. And so I'm not surprised Mondami, made statements about it, but I asked this question. Mondami, I was asking myself this question: is he going to not only make statements, but the question is actions? What actions are necessary to hold these two undercover cops accountable in terms of like what Roger said in the statewide constitution and ending qualified immunity? And I know like Mondami was being very careful what he said to the press conference because he initially ran on defunding the police, but then he backtracked his statement, said, "We need to hold police accountable. We need to reform the police while delivering social services to New York residents because obviously, he was getting, he didn't want to lose endorsement from NYPD, so he had a really like a I call it the centrist reform for policing, right? And for him to apologize that he may say, I defund the police, it shows to me that Mondami is a subservient to policing, in other words. So he doesn't want to disappoint the police when he needs to, especially when he's going to run for his re-election. I don't know how many years down the road. And speaking about it, and I was really surprised Mondami made a statement about it because I never thought that he would make a statement running on immigration platform, especially when he ran his campaign about immigrants, how immigrants built this country. But he doesn't realize that American freedmen were the ones who involuntarily built New York City and the state. And I think I think the reason he's coming out or make a public statement because he knows that it's not going to look good on him for election, right? And even I know a colleague, his name is Jesse Paris. He has a YouTube channel called Frontline Black News. He put up the ending qualified immunity on a ballot initiative. So Colorado became the first state to end qualified immunity in 2019. Even if the Colorado did end qualified immunity, it did not stop police corruption, police brutality, and police violence against foundational Black Americans because the culture has been pretty much been kept intact. So in other words, the police in Colorado, even if they don't have even if the qualified immunity has been removed, police still get protections, right, for brutality. So they're allowed to transfer over to other police departments. So therefore, their license are not decertified by the state. Despite the state despite the state passing a bill to remove qualified immunity. So in other words, what's really necessary, what's going to be very transformative, and I know some viewers are not going to like what American Freedom have said in the past and still relevant, and even include myself, is there's no way to reform the police because the police has been pretty much corrupt. A lot of white supremacists on the police force, and you can't really change people when they don't want to be changed, when they learn from their families, several generations, how to be anti-black racist. So the only way is really to see police brutality go away is defunding and gradually abolishing police departments and replacing by something that's going to be more effective in some form like peace officer, departments, right. But that's going to have to be worked out. But I'll say this, and I understand why community policing does not work as
All right,
intended.
just get ready to land your plane so I
Yeah,
can
so
go
my
to the
plane
next
is
story.
this, for American freedmen, yes, and then qualified immunity is important, but what's also necessary as emergency is lineage-based cash-paying reparations for American freedom and chattel slavery. Yes, I've been busy meeting with lawmakers and staffers to introduce lineage-based policies. So I've been moving pretty effectively because no other allies besides myself are willing to take the next step to reach their lawmakers to do right by American freedmen, because American freedmen are just tired of finding other people's concerns, having to tell stories so many times, right? So it's really about taking direct action. And I encourage all viewers in this channel, please contact your lawmakers to issue lineage-based cash-paying reparations for American freedmen and slavery, plus anti-black hate crime for American freedmen and removal of qualified immunity. And it's better to not talk the talk. It's better to walk the walk. And by the way, B-Eazy, I was wondering if you received my email about a reparations meeting next Wednesday, April 22nd at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's with Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley.
So is it a virtual one?
Yeah, it's a
Virtual
virtual
or you
meeting.
in person?
It's a virtual meeting so that you don't have to fly more than 1,000 miles away, because there's an independent candidate who's running against Ayanna Pressley, this year in the midterms, because Ayanna Pressley has failed on reparations, never responded to her.
I mean, none of the Democrats support that.
She's
But
Haitian.
yeah, yeah. So just send me that information, just because I don't want to touch on that too deep on this stream, just because
Sure.
it's going to take it in a different direction. But yeah, I'll dedicate a stream where you can come up here, and then that will be the whole what the whole stream is dedicated to. But yeah, just send me that information, and also in the private chat. I have been seeing the emails. I don't always get a chance to look and respond to them, but I at least get notified. And salute to you and thank you for all the work that you're doing. I do want to do a stream that's dedicated towards that, not
Sure.
just only reparations, but just demanding something from politicians in general, because now you got Kamami Collard Green Harris is now saying don't just vote blue no matter who, demand something. So now she's starting to sound like the grassroots. So I do want to touch on that, but that stream will be dedicated specifically for that. I don't want to take this one too off topic, so
Oh,
I'm gonna
no
just go
problem.
ahead and easily transition. So John, are you still there?
I'm still here. What up?
Okay, so do you know about this current story that's been going on? Let me set this up for you. About Ice Spice. Did you hear that she got attacked?
Yeah, I watched the video like 3 times.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna play it, but I did some alteration to it because we don't want to promote violence here, YouTube. This is for information and educational thing. So we gonna play this and then we're gonna break down. I thought she was moving a bit goofy. She shouldn't have been attacked at all. You know what I mean? But and assuming we're gonna assume that this is a real life scenario. There's no stage and chicanery going on, because these are real life situations. This is something similar that happened to PNB Rock, where he was at the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. His girl was posting the Addy. Some crusty, musty, dusty nigga and his daddy pulled up on him, saw dude as a sweet lick. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into this video and break it down, because this is not really about Ice Spice. It's gonna be about a broader point about self-defense, how to move, how to conduct yourself as a responsible citizen. Let's get into it. So this is some random chick running up to her. Okay, so y'all saw this first, right? So she runs up to her, and just like we the other day, me and John and Rig, we was talking about weave. She has this long Rapunzel weave, a red Rapunzel weave at that. That's neither here nor there. I'm just giving a objective analysis, and I'm observing the scenario. So y'all see she runs up to the girl, and then she somehow like kind of tilts and put her booty on the girl like, bro, what are you doing? Okay, let's watch this clearly. She tilts her booty towards her, which I don't know why. Then she said, are y'all ready? And then she said, are you ready for what? I know some of it is a little bit low, so that's why I'm trying to break this down for y'all. Now, y'all can watch the video uninterrupted on any channel, but on here, I have to break it down. So I will be rewinding it, playing it forward, etc. So I think at that point, Ice Spice said, you need to leave. And she's pointing to the door, right? So Ice Spice is a celebrity, whether you like her music or not, right? She is a celebrity. You can say she's B-list, C-list, A-list, whatever letter list you want to do. She is a celebrity, right? So I'm wondering, why are you even eating at McDonald's? But hey, you know, you want to have it your way at McDonald's. I get it, right? So she's here with her friend, right? I'm just saying, I know people have this vile disgust towards men, but this is where some masculine energy would have been maybe good to dissipate the energy, but at the very least, a protective defensive mechanism, right? Because if something goes down, it's only Ice Spice, who looks like she's in some type of snuggie, and her Lily friend over here, right? Maybe she has hands. Maybe she's a modern Ronda Rousey, but I don't know. As a celebrity, I get it, right? Getting security is expensive, but you're Ice Spice. Ice Spice, all you would have had to do was put on one of those little birthday suits, spread eagle, and pop some cheeks. I know a bunch of YNs that will crash out for Ice Spice right now. You won't have to pay them anything. Just send them some of those XXX videos that we know you got in your phone.
You know some ONs that'll crash out for Ice Spice right now.
Hey, to keep it real, if I was there, I might have bust. I ain't gonna hold you if I was there. If I was there, bro, hey, call me Superman. Hey, remember that nigga from Texas that was riding around listening to
Eminem?
I could be your Superman. Bro, that would have been me. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. So, Ice, what are you doing? These niggas would have been like, hey, excuse me, you know, this is my client, this is my lady, this is my whatever, you're a little too close to her. And sometimes people want to frame that as if, hey, oh, you been a suck and stuff like that. No, you have a certain level of celebrity status and prestige. You can't just be letting people walk up on you like that. So let's get into this video. But like, she allegedly is a celebrity with millions of dollars. Like, so we don't even got to talk about the money. We've established that the YNs and the ONs would have been on protective duty for her for free. But no, she wanted to walk out in public with her Lily friend and think some people ain't going to press her. Now, I'm not advocating pressing her, but Ice Spice is giving off the hood aesthetic, ratchet chicken head appeal. Hey, nothing against chicken heads and hood chicks, you feel me? I've had my fair share of encounters with them, but you know, hood is as hood does, and hood is going to attract hood. If I'm riding around acting like I'm the thuggish, ruggish nigga and I'm flying a rag, cats is gonna press me, bro, to know what block I'm from, what gang. Now, are they right to do that? That's a separate story, right? But will they do it? That's a certainty. People know about people pushing the check in and all this stuff. I don't really believe in that. I mean, I know that people do it, but I slide to many spots where I don't have to check in, but I'm not going around and saying I'm the realest nigga here and I don't got to check in. No, I know that can get me. Nigga might want to pull up on me and pop me just for that. It's not about being hard. This is about survival. Ice Spice, which, she's mediocre in terms of her music, but she is a celebrity nonetheless, right? She, in my opinion, should be more protective of her brand and her safety than just going to places like this alone. So before I play the video, John, like what do you think about that analysis? Like, should she just be able to go wherever she wants by herself? Like, she should be able to go to McDonald's by herself. But was that a foolish
she shouldn't be
mistake, or what do you think?
not at the caliber of celebrity status that she got. I would think that she would always have some form of security, and that's what was having me questioning it. Like, man, is this just some type of publicity thing? Because it's just so hard to believe, especially with New York artists. What happened to them in LA? You would think that she would be way more on cue, and even if it was just one bodyguard or two bodyguard, like
Hold
I
on real
would
quick,
expect
John.
nothing less than at least 2 to 5 bodyguards around her at all times. Even if she's gonna go in there, she should have never been able to be approached like that. Then her back was to the door, like the whole little play. Like, why would you not be fake? And then to even look at when she seen the girl, standing over her, barking on her, right? Why did she not instantly think like she was so relaxed, like she just knew
Yeah,
nothing was gonna
exactly.
happen?
Goofy. Gang
Yeah,
goofy.
so I don't.
Hold on,
I,
John. I want you to cook a little bit, but they kind of lightweight on my helmet. Roger and Red Six. Hey, I messed up, bro. When I said that the have it your way, I forgot McDonald's is I'm loving it. But hey, Roger Meadows, hey, do me a favor.
And I quote, you know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
I had to hit you, but Red Six is over there like ba 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 ba. I'm loving it. Hey, my bad, but shout out to Roger Meadows. That was accountability. I did fudge that up. You know what I mean? The have it your way is the BK, and I'm loving it. So salute to the chat. They keeping me on guard. But John, I wanted you to finish breaking that down because peep this part too. Like when she first come over here, right? Did you see that little side butt twerk? Like what was that about? That already right there was wild. And then hold on. So just the whole energy is off. And then if you see right there, she pointed like, hey, you need to leave. You know what I mean? And then we gonna fast forward a little bit. And then I'm gonna pause it and let you cook, John.
So you from Cali? Are you from Cali? Where you from? Are you from Cali? Where you from? Are you from?
First of all, why are they asking where you from? Are you from Cali? Where you from? Where you from? I think she said that she's from Chirac.
Because she says she's from Chirac, but the whole, where you from and saying dead homies and all that, that's showing like some California, shit right there. And then it's like,
So this is her pressing her for her check-in, basically, right?
I mean, apparently it's what it seems like. And then Ice Spice like, oh, I'm from McDonald's or I'm from Wendy. Like she joking with the girl.
She joking with it. So apparently what the girl says that I can't, we gonna get into it deeper, but apparently the girl said that Ice Spice was being rude and she called her a bitch. From this exchange, I didn't hear her calling her a bitch. I did tell her to kind of lead a space.
Even if she did, you led the room for that by all that where you from and all this shit, bitch. Where you from? Like that's what's gonna come next. Like you feel me?
Okay, got you. Like even if she was called a bitch, it was warranted too. But yeah, just if you can see where it's paused at right here, John, this looks uncomfortable, right? Because she's kind of hunched over and Ice Spice is in the corner curled up. Like this is a dangerous position. But see, this is why I talk about having some male masculine energy, because she has her friend here. What is her friend like? Why isn't her friend like, hey, back up off my friend
right there? That looked like one of her, probably her well-off friends right there.
Yeah,
that
that
doesn't
makes
look like
sense.
that's not one of her friends from the Bronx.
That ain't one of the that ain't one of her hood friends. Yeah. You say where Brooklyn at, no, where the BX at. So where's her cause she always like she had that song, She's Shaking Ass in the Deli. Where the Boricuas, where the Bronx Bombers at? She went and got one of her lilies from what, Suffolk County or something like that, or Manhattan or something. Yeah, let's play a little bit more, John.
No, I'm from Chirac. Where you from? Oh, you're from Chirac? Yeah. So where you from? So where you from? I'm from McDonald. I'm from Wayne.
Why are you still at, bruh? Right now, if somebody, I don't care who it is, it can be my own, it could be your own family member. If they swing on you, I'm not finna ask where you from. I don't care where you're from. So that whole where I get it initially, where you trying to, I mean, I don't truly get it, but for the sake of this point, I get it, right? Initially, you asking where you from. Now a punch has been thrown. Why are you asking where you from? Right? Somebody tried to give you that sweet chin music. Nigga, where you from? You from Zimbabwe? I don't care, nigga, if you're from Pluto. If you even extend your hand to me, yeah, bro, it's up. Then hold on, we got to talk about the simp boyfriend, right? So this nigga comes in. If you can see him in the background in the white shirt, he has a big bottle in his hand. I'm going to assume off my observation that that's one of those alcoholic buzzball drinks based on the shape and size. Let's see how he responds. So there's the kapow, right? So he comes and grabs his chick with one hand, right? Like, bruh, look. If you grabbing your chick like this and you got her on a leash, nigga, get your B-I-I-I-I, bruh. Like, why is she just running around reckless like that, bruh? If you the one who got her on a leash where you can just grab her with one arm and say, hey, look, man, get up out of here. Do you got control or not? Where you from? Bitch, who cares where they from? So now y'all see the scuffle is still going on. Peep the woman in the red. Peep the Lily from Suffolk County or Manhattan or wherever she's from. She's probably from Manhattan. So please, peep, we gonna call her Manhattan Madison. Look at what happens to Manhattan Madison in the red. Ooh.
Felt that in her ribs. She felt that in her ribs.
Yikes.
She felt that in her ribs for sure the next day.
And this is what I'm saying. Ice Spice, you talking about shaking ass in the deli in the middle of the hood in the Bronx. Get some of them O ends and them Y ends from the Bronx. They would have smacked this dude silly for Ice Spice. That would have been the claim for fame. Like, nigga, what you known for? Crashing out for Ice Spice? They wouldn't even have cost you anything. Maybe a couple photos. Send them some of that spicy content that you post on your OnlyFans. And for the cost of that, you would have some top tier security, better than even Day on Friday. But instead, you want to go with Madison from Manhattan, allegedly. And this is the type of protection you get. Madison already got flipped up. Madison didn't even defend herself. Now, her name ain't really Madison, just for the sake of me not knowing her name. I'm just calling her that. But John, speak on that, the mishaps. What did you see wrong before I play more of the video and really touch? And then I'm gonna let Roger get in there and really touch on the boyfriend. Like, was he wrong? Was he just breaking the fight up? And mind you, he's in McDonald's with a big buzzball. And Red Stick said, I ain't never seen no grown man drinking buzzball. Well, who says he's a grown man? He's probably just a male. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, it'd be, that is like a little appetizer drink that people would just be drinking. But being in McDonald's with the buzzball is crazy. Then just how he was just tending to the other dudes at the table. He wasn't even paying attention really to what's going, I guess. So I don't know. That kind of make it seem like maybe it could have been authentic because he wasn't even paying attention to the girl the whole time. But when she originally walks up, she walked up on the white girl that's sitting there.
And I'm playing it right now too, John. It's just on mute, but you can still talk.
Yeah. So she walks up on the white girl at first, you know what I'm saying? And then she puts her attention on the Ice Spice or whatever. Now see he walks up, he looked over there, sees that they're talking, but he doesn't think nothing of it. In my mind, it's almost like nobody in there knew that this was Ice Spice or something because they just was so just like, like it was just a regular
Well, she
female.
was kind of tucked in the corner with the hoodie and stuff too. So
That's yeah, for sure. But it's just like that girl that walked up on her had to know that was Ice Spice. And then
correct.
and
The
then
girl knew it though, but maybe the other patrons at the restaurant didn't know it.
I mean
At
maybe,
least,
but
yeah.
I mean, shit. The fact how she had free range to get off on her and the way she just failed to execute, it just kind of that's where I'm starting to lean like maybe this is something just to get her name in the tabloids again or something. But then when they
That
go outside,
that's where I was leaning to. Okay, cool. So we gonna transition to the outside because
yeah, let's get to the
that's kind of what I
outside.
was leaning to. And before I'm gonna let Roger respond and then I'm gonna play the outside so John could get back in there. I mean, Roger, like, what are you saying? I mean, this one of your New York brethren.
Ice Spice is from New York. I didn't even know that. I don't
I
even listen
think she,
to
Bronx.
her music.
yeah, she from the BX.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
What's her
ethnicity.
when she gets on the mic? What does she mostly speak about?
Shaking ass,
Shaking ass in a deli,
being a thought, shit like that.
showing her panties.
Pretty much same song, every song.
That's
Pretty much.
literally one of her songs. Is she showing her panties? She's
Does
showing her
she
panties.
does she
She in her mood.
does she
She
talk
in her
about
mood. That's how her songs go.
does she talk about she's the most gangster or she's the
Nah,
realest? None of that.
No, she
nah.
just talks
I think
about
maybe
popping that
she
popping that
might have had
cooch.
one song where she was like making some type of references and some shit like that. But she, for the most part, though, she just more like a little twerk rapper, bro. She just twerk and shake ass and talk about you
So I
know,
don't know. Maybe this woman. See, because what I was gonna say is you invite what you brag about. Hold on. My sister's
yeah,
like,
she don't invite that type of energy with her music, nah.
Oh damn! Okay, Roger had to mute up. You got sis there. Salute to sis. It's a whole family affair. What were you saying, John?
Yeah, with her music, from what I heard, she don't invite that type of energy. If the only way with the type of music she make, if I thought she would be in something like this, if she was fucking somebody boyfriend, somebody man or something, maybe that type of scenario
Exactly. So
seems more.
yeah, and
But
that's
the
why I was
way the
saying like
dude
she
is
does have a
responding,
hood
that ain't.
persona,
Yeah,
but not on no gang shit. It's just like a chick from the hood twerking. That's different than like remember when Cardi B first came out and she was acting like she was dumb blood gang and something like that. And I know
Cardi
Remy
definitely
Ma was in
invites that
some
energy.
what was that?
Cardi B more so invites that energy for sure with how she
Correct.
be popping it, with all the shit. But Ice Spice, nah, she's just more just I'm a twerk rapper, I shake my ass and that's it, pretty much.
That's it, yeah. So that's what I was saying. If she just would have done that, it's plenty cats that would have crashed out for her. So that was a little bit weird that she was moving goofy like that. But let's play some more of the video.
Wait, calm down, calm down. Mama. Let me fight her. Wait. Calm down.
Did you hear this moist maniac? This goofy nigga over here.
Oh my mama, but B, who is recording this right here? This close to Ice Spice, man. It's this. They have to be like, who is recording this footage right here? Because at first on the inside, it
Yeah,
was just
on the inside, it looked like the
McDonald's.
correct. This one, yeah, that I said the same thing. This one had to be somebody close. However, I don't know
That
if
the
they
white
was
girl?
close to Ice Spice. I think they were close to the chick that Ice Spice was fighting based on some things that was said. So let's play it and then we'll hear it, right? But most of my ire is towards this little moist maniac that's out here. Nigga, this is nothing masculine about this dude. So I can't even give him the title of a man. A man is a prestigious title, master all nature. This dude is a moist male maniac. Look how this nigga is acting.
Wait, calm down. Mama. Let me fight her.
He said, "Oh my mama, bitch, I will whoop your ass." Like nigga sounded hella sassy and frail, bruh. Sassy and sickly. Like, come on, nigga. Oh my mama, I beat your ass, bitch. Like, come on, man. Little fruity ass nigga, man. Let's run that back.
Wait, calm down, Mama. Let me fight her. Wait.
He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. Freaky ass nigga. And like, come on, man.
Calm down. On your mama. Let me fight her.
You heard her on your mama. Let me fight her. You see what I'm saying? So she trying to now
I
the
can't
BX
believe
is coming.
I just can't
What was,
see. I don't believe Ice Spice wanted to fight this. It just doesn't make sense. But you got too much
don't do
going
that,
on.
John. You just heard what she said. Don't
She
do that,
said
John.
that, but this is so unbelievable. It's like, come on, bro. This shit is seeming more and more. I'm trying to believe it, but it's just like Ice Spice. Why? It doesn't make sense. There's no way There's no way she's one of these. Just no type of guidance artists out here that she's been around for a while. So
That's what I'm saying. Nobody is
there ain't
putting
no
no.
play that.
Yeah.
You can't. Oh, you can't play the rest of it.
Oh yeah, no, I am. I was just doing a balance of
Why would you want to fight me? Are you a bitch? Calm down. You want to fight a bitch? Why would you?
I mean, that was a fair question. He said, she said, I want to fight your bitch. Are you a bitch? Do you want to fight a bitch? You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a fair point. Like, bro, why are you getting in the mix? First of all, why won't you? Let's just say, let's concede everything, right? Let's just say that Ice Spice was rude and he called his girl a bitch, right? Nigga, why are you still there? I mean, it's like, come on, bro. Why are you still there? Nigga, just move on, bro. This ain't the first time your girl been called a bitch. Bitches call themselves bitches all the time. Ice Spice just called herself a bitch, right? You know what I mean?
As lame
I'm
as
a
this.
bitch and I want to fight that bitch. So it's like, bro, bitches get called bitches all the time. So to try to act like I had to do the ultimate crash out because I was called a bitch, then you got this sassy simp nigga over here drinking a buzzball. Nigga, if you gonna be drinking some, nigga, why aren't you drinking on something stronger than a fucking buzzball?
I think that was strong enough. He tripping out off the buzz ball.
Hey, remember we was with that one nigga that was tweaking off some beer?
Hey, for real, you feel me? Shit, niggas got their little limits.
Hey, my bad. Now that you said that, I have to take that back. I'm assuming people's tolerance level. Now that's true.
That
This
buzzball
is
got
the
him
big
out his body right now. Nigga, he ready to swing on Ice Spice, man. It's over nothing.
bro.
And
This nigga put it on his mama that he would beat her ass. Like, come on, bro. You want to talk about blasphemy? Your mom gave birth to you, and you gonna put that on your mama that you gonna fight? So, come on, bro.
That was
Another-
that was so much of a sucker punch. But
Which
I mean,
part?
well, then again, not really, because she was kind of inching up to it. She had a chance to.
Nah, that's still. Oh, hold on. Let's ask John. Would that be considered a sucker punch? Because for me,
because she already standing over you.
Yeah,
possibly,
you're
like
right.
she's
You're
about
right.
to-
Yeah,
Okay.
You should have felt the energy. That's why I said that I think it was stage 2, because there's no way that she would have felt comfortable with that girl. Just, you don't know what she got. She could have had a knife on her. She could have, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's
yeah, you're right.
already picking at you for no reason. You just sitting at a table.
Hey, and that is real because John, you know how it be like when some cats mug you and you like, bro, mugging me too hard, and then you be like,
I
bro,
gotta
what
get
you
ready.
looking at?
I gotta get
What was
ready
that?
just off the mug, just off the look. I'm already in my mind thinking, okay, how am I finna, because
Well,
we on
usually,
defense mode, we on defense at all times. So it's like, hold on,
and
I'm
John,
already.
usually, you know, cats when they usually mugging you that tough, you
They
know
got
what
something
that
on them.
mean?
They got something on them.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Because you got to be bold to approach them because you don't know what I got on me. So that means
Exactly.
that you must have something on you to where you feel like no matter what, you got the upper, you got the up. So that's why I'm saying for her to let the girl just walk up on her like that and she just nonchalantly sitting down, it's a little bit too calm for me. Even if she is some little sedity chick from the burbs and she ain't from the projects in the Bronx, it's just being from New York, period. And then as long as you've been famous, I'm pretty sure there been fights at your concerts. I'm pretty sure you done had little shit happen to where you, especially in LA. Everybody know in LA, you got to be on your P's and Q's, even if you in Hollywood,
Got
bro.
to, yeah.
It's gangsters everywhere.
Bro,
And it's,
everybody remember PNB Rock? He got smacked out there. Remember 6ix9ine? 6ix9ine went to the airport and got thrashed at
what's
the
the name
airport.
got killed too? What's the nigga with the deep voice? Billie Jean. What's the nigga name?
Oh, Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke got killed out there too.
I forgot, bro, got smoked. And then remember it was some nigga named Indian Red. They popped that nigga live on cam.
Yeah, on live. So it will go down in LA, nigga.
Gonzo, you know who Gonzo is?
Gonzo got killed in San Diego, wasn't it? Or was it LA?
I just know it was SoCal. I know Gonzo is from LA. I just don't know if he was in LA when he got smacked. But I'm just saying, Cats is the land of the scandalous, bro. Cats, and to be clear, YouTube, I'm not condoning or promoting that. I'm just saying it kind of is what it is, bro. Unfortunately, bro. But let's play a little bit more, John. Hold up.
On your mama, let me fight her. Let me fight her.
Let me fight her. Let me fight a bitch. Why are you asking this moist nigga for permission? See, this where it does get staged. Hey, let me fight your bitch. I want to fight the bitch. It's like, come on, bro. Like, I'm not, but I'm a little bit flabbergasted, right? Because there is a lot of moist maniacs that do act like this, you know, off a little bit of drink. So I'm a little bit confused as if it's staged or not. But let's play some more.
You want to fight me? Are you a bitch? You want to fight a bitch? Why would you fight me, bitch? We get off on anything. Whoa! Whoa! Get her ass! No, why you trying to fight me? Hey, don't jump her.
So you heard that, don't jump her. They wouldn't have needed to say that unless they were attempting to jump her.
Hey, don't push him though. Don't push him though. Don't push him because he can't hit you the back. Don't.
So this is because of that line right there. It seems like she was more aligned with the other girl because this chick said, don't push him though, because he can hit you the fuck back. So this is where it got a little bit goofy for me because you over here telling this chick not to hit the dude, but she's not telling the dude to not jump in the mix with Ice Spice. Yeah, she said don't jump her, but she's just making a broad point. Why is this moist nigga in? He should be breaking up fight with Cat. It's some niggas that kind of get off on these cat fights. If you want to see a cat fight, watch the UFC, bro. Trying to watch chicks fight for your pleasure because you want to like rub one out. It's like, I mean, it's kind of pathetic. Go ahead, Roger.
Okay, so Ice Spice is worth $5 million. Now, to that girl who came up to her, $5 million is like to her. I mean, it is a lot of money, but probably to that girl, I don't know, how old she look, like 20 years old or something like that. I don't know, 18.
Yeah, she looked pretty young because Ice Spice is 26, so that girl looked younger than her.
All right, so to her, $5 million is a lot of money. Well, it is a lot of money, but you know what I mean. So she was probably looking for more than a viral moment. She was looking to get paid, most likely. Because, I mean, I don't know, you just don't just go up to someone like that and just...
What you mean? What you mean get paid? Like you thought she was trying to rob her or something? How else would she get paid if she wasn't?
Well, okay, so I remember people used to step to Fat Joe. I know that's like toxic here or whatever, but I remember Fat Joe telling a story how people used to come up to him and say, "Yo, your mama's a lesbian," and he would end up beating them up, and then be bam, lawsuit. Now the lawyer tells Joe, all right, you got to pay out this much amount of money. And after like 20 times, he said, you know what? This is not working. I can't be fighting people that start with me because it costs too much money. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, you know, she's probably was looking through a payday through the court system.
How would she get paid if she's the one that swung on Ice Spice? I could see if she was trying to provoke Ice Spice,
but right, but this girl is like 18, 19, 20 years old. She's not thinking like you. What you're talking is common sense and maturity. You see what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that was a teenage girl that did that shit?
I don't know. She looked pretty young. She looked like 20 years old or something. Just out of teenage
She
years. So
definitely do look young though. She don't look like she was in her 30s or nothing. She looked like she
right.
probably was like at the oldest, probably 20. I don't know, 20 something. I would assume, but you never know because I mean, shit, folks in their 30s nowadays be pretty immature too and shit. So they be everybody looking for the, like you say, the viral moment and shit. But
Right.
if she was smart, she need to drop a little video of this song mixtape or something right about now so we can get to know who she is. Cause
I
shit,
know. Hold on. It's only like 1 minute left too, so I'm gonna play the rest. Hold on, and then we just go finish the discussion. So look at right here, John, because I think you dropped down right around this point. I know you've seen it, but like in terms of the breakdown.
You fight me, bitch. We get off on anything. Oh, wait. Get her ass. Why you trying to fight me?
So I had to show the kapow just because, I don't want to get blocked on YouTube. They already shadow banned and demonetized, but what it shows is too, like, they're doing this little minor scuffle, or let's just call it a kerfuffle, right? And then this little buzzball, let's call him the buzzball bozo, right? The buzzball bozo comes running over there and he's trying to get in the mix and kick and punch at Ice Spice. Like, and this is why I said, where was the masculine energy? Ice Spice, you need to take some of that spicy content you got and send it to a few YNs. I can guarantee you ain't nobody gonna touch you after that. Now the crime rate might go up because some niggas might get their head busted for trying to mess with Ice Spice, but hey, you'll be safe. The Lily Madison from Manhattan, you gonna have to tell old girl, get some pepper spray. Where's your pepper spray, bruh? This is what I don't get. You're worth $5 million and you running around. I know that she likes to be naked, like with the cheeks out, but don't be naked in terms of equipment. It's your legal right to have pepper spray, your legal right to have self-defense. Nobody is expecting Ice Spice to be Clarissa Shields and know how to fight her way out. But if you ain't gonna have no YNs protect you for free, at least protect yourself. She's over here, all of that stuff. If that was my niece, my daughter, just a friend, I would tell them, hey, when somebody walks on you like that, you need to be on guard. Like you were saying, John, like, I get what Roger was saying. Was it a sucker punch? Because a sucker punch is usually a sneak attack, like somebody didn't see it coming. However, some people could frame it as just punching on somebody that wasn't prepared, right? You know what I mean? Just because you could, right? Now, it could be flipped a little bit different because usually the sneak attack is when you're not looking and then bam, you just snake them and that's a sucker punch. But even this one, Ice Spice was looking at her, but she wasn't ready. So it could be framed as a sucker punch, but the way we traditionally know it as, I would say no, because you're looking right at her. But I guess she was just confident that, hey, I'm Ice Spice. She ain't gonna try to flex on me. But when somebody is leaning on you, breathing and barking on you like that, I don't care if it's the Pope. I'm not letting the Pope pull up on me like that. I'm not letting Donald Trump pull up on me like that. He's the president, yeah. But the president wouldn't pull up on you like that unless he's trying to mark you out. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to violently attack the president. However, I will prepare myself to that way. If you even think about attacking me, I'm going to defend myself by any means necessary. Because remember, I fear for my life, safety, and bodily injury. I don't want to get injured. I don't want to get unalived. So if you reach, I teach, you know what I mean? And I'm going to teach you how to get to the upper room. You know what I mean? But let's play some more of this.
Hey, don't jump her.
Why would they need to say, hey, don't jump her, unless they were trying to jump her? So you got the buzzball bozo running over there while his chick is fighting, and he's trying to, put his little musty, crusty feet and fist into the thing. Like, nigga, bro, go get you some business, bro. Why, like I said, Ice Spice. I mean, you need to have a team of YNs. I can guarantee you can tell them, like, hey, look, yo, I ain't gonna get no cooch, but you will get to hang with me and I'll send you some OnlyFans material. That's a sweet deal right there. You gonna save millions of dollars and you gonna have your own personal crash out cadre, right? But hey, keep rolling with the Becky Brigade and see how far that gets you. Did you hear this nigga? What the fuck is this moist ass nigga yelling like that for? This deranged buzzball bozo. You talking about take niggas phones? No, take niggas buzzballs immediately. And apparently Ice Spice has smashed somebody's phone. Maybe it was this nigga's phone. But bruh, if you wasn't running over there like the fucking stooge that you are, you wouldn't have got your phone broken.
Hey, don't push him though. Don't push him though. Don't push him because he can't hit you the back. Don't.
So that line right there made it seem like he was with the buzzball bozo and his bimbo, right? Don't hit him because he can hit back. The nigga was already hitting somebody who didn't hit him back. And I don't get it, bruh. Let me play the rest and then you got it, John.
All right.
You heard Maddie from Manhattan say he pushed her. And hold on, what did that chick say in response? Hold on.
Back. Don't push him.
She told her to calm down. So Ice Spice is getting attacked by these miscreants and she's saying calm down. No, I'm not gonna calm down when there's some fucking buzzball idiot running around the streets talking about, oh my mama, I'll beat your ass, bitch. There's some fucking sassy savage in the streets and they telling her to calm down. This shit don't make no sense, bro.
Right, but calm down.
Go ahead, John, you got it.
Yeah, man.
Oh, and hold on, I gotta give a shout out to Lex. She said she tardy, but the chocolate glow has finally came to the stream. Salute, Lex. Go ahead, John.
Shout out to Lex 925, nigga. This one is I don't know, bro.
Was bro out of pocket or was he just standing up for his girl, right? Because he was trying to protect his girl.
Dude, man, I'm even thinking it's even staged with him because
oh damn, you going there?
Because
the buzzball one stage.
Dude, like he talked all that on my mama and all this. Ice Spice ain't got no security. Y'all jumping her. Why is she not harmed? I don't see no bloody nose, no look like it's just
that is real.
It did not look as calm as she was. She was supposed to be I'm not wishing this on her, but if you are met by people who are the aggressors, right? All that, I'm from Chirac, dead homies, on my mama. I'm hearing all this stuff, and Ice Spice ain't really said nothing, invite none of this shit back. Only thing she was just like was, I'm from McDonald's, or where you from, or whatever. Anyway, bro, for her to go outside, the scuffle continues. She's still standing there talking. Did she fall on the ground at some point? It looked like, did she fall?
Yeah, she was on the ground. Yeah.
Now, when she fell on the ground, at that point, I'm still not seeing enough. I don't know. It's looking like it's kind of staged, bro. I'm not gonna lie. She still looks like she's in perfectly good condition. She could shoot a video directly after that. You know what I mean? And nobody would know. So I mean, her outfit don't look dirty. You know what I'm saying? She's still looking good. I'm leaning towards. I sent you a video on your DM on Instagram. I guess the girl she did like a little video explaining what happened, talking about Ice Spice.
Yeah, I did see that video as well.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, nah, man, this shit.
That video lightweight made it worse, and at least in terms of
because Ice Spice
she was explaining. Yeah, because she was saying, oh, she was being rude and she called me a bitch and all this other stuff.
You approached her.
Exactly.
So how was she calling you anything, bro? She didn't have to say nothing. All she had to do was just be sitting down like she was, and she already had it in her mind that she wanted to approach her and probably try to get viral or something like that.
Correct.
That's all.
But John, I mean, peep this though, right? I don't know if you could see this. So now, and you tell me if you still consider it to be staged, because the chick who attacked her name was Vaya, right? Vaya says she approached as a fan, wanted to show love, but claimed Ice Spice was rude and called her a bitch, and that's why she slapped her. Now, Ice Spice lawyer, I don't know if you see this, but don't trip. You'll recognize this name, Bradford Cohen. That's her lawyer. It's
Cohen,
like,
hey, we
God,
just read that the other night. Hey, who lawyer was
that's what
that?
I'm trying to say. It's like,
Hey,
bro,
who
is
lawyer was
there
that?
anybody that doesn't have a lawyer with this last name?
No, who did we just when you was on my stream? Was it last night or the other night or something? We just read that, and I said, "Oh, he must be related to Lior." Uh, who had that lawyer, bro?
I can't remember who it was, but I remember that what you was talking about. But now her lawyer, so they're suing. So do you think that this is a legit case?
Wait,
Because
that's whose lawyer? Ice Spice lawyer,
yeah, her lawyer is Bradford Cohen.
and he's suing the girl.
Yes, he's suing the girl because he said it was an unprovoked attack. Now, when she came in, that was unprovoked, but then remember, Ice Spice start chasing her. So it's kind of like this, especially in California, right? If I break in your house and do whatever I want to do to your family and all this other stuff, and then I leave the house, technically you're supposed to call the cops and let the cops sort it out. If you say, look
Yep.
what he just did to my family and my house, and you chase me down, and
Yeah,
then you hurt me, you gonna get charged with murder.
that's why they were saying that about the Zimmerman shit though, because remember they were trying to say Trayvon Martin. It was like, well, he had went after him and shit like that.
Yeah, they told him to stop, but then again, it's all up to discretion, right? They could have locked him up, but then they could also choose to
You
say,
know, it's
yeah,
the
we gonna let you out.
stand your ground law, where stand your ground is supposed to be for your home castle, the castle doctrine. You know, your house, man's house is his home. They extended it beyond the home.
Yeah, it's called I'm white and I say so, but it's also called discretionary, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, same thing with Kyle Rittenhouse, right? Bro, John, right now, if you cross state lines with an illegal firearm, bro, they gonna wash you. He was 17 and crossed state line with an illegal firearm that somebody made a straw man purchase because he was too young to buy it. So somebody went and bought it for him. That's considered a straw man purchase. Guess what that is? A felony and a federal crime. Guess what the dude got? No felony and no federal crimes for that. So I'm just saying, all of these laws, there's a law on the book to literally prosecute everything, but it's up to the judge's discretion. Will they prosecute you for that? And even if they prosecute you, they can give you, in many times, the mandatory minimum, which may be 5 years, or they can give you 20 years, or they can say, you know what, we're going to give you probation. They don't have to give you 5 years. So this whole you do the crime, you do the time, that only applies to us because police do the crime. But what time do they do? Well, they're police. But if you start asking, are police above the law? You want to talk about idolatry? Why are we idolizing police? Police are just doing their job. Why am I supposed to look at the police as anything? Is a police better than a construction worker? Police do their job. Construction workers do their job. How is the
Right.
police better than somebody at McDonald's where they're doing their job? So is the person that's flipping burgers. They're doing
Doing
their
their
job
job
too.
too. Right, right. And because police, currently, as I said earlier, have qualified immunity, and even the Supreme Court justice have granted police full autonomy and not to respond to an incident after an incident has happened and not before. And even police say we say so because of their badge. They pretty much learned this stuff from the military, and most police officers have served in the military. So what they applied in overseas combat is the same as applying at home, or assuming that all civilians are evil or look suspicious without even like doing an inquiry, right? It's always about we got to capture them first before ask questions. And I'm saying this because I know on YouTube that your channel is being censored. I'm using different words, but you know what I mean by that. And even like you said earlier about what Roger said about the stand your ground law. Yes, Florida strengthened the stand your ground law to not only apply to like businesses and residential areas, but also public places. And even like Trayvon Martin was not even a threat to George Zimmerman because Trayvon Martin was run away from the situation, and the police dispatcher told George Zimmerman, "You don't need to go there. We have everything under control." And George Zimmerman saw that he was a victim. "Oh, my life is in danger. Oh, this guy's coming after me." But it's very clear that Trayvon Martin was walking away. I'm sorry, was running away from the situation. I guess because George Zimmerman saw, Trayvon Martin with a hood as very suspicious, and unfortunately, took Trayvon's life. And I did some background research on Zimmerman. He is half Hispanic, half German, and he's more likely to side with white supremacists. And yeah, and he's now
He
divorced.
wasn't more likely he was siding with white
Yeah,
supremacists. That was like
yes,
the white,
siding.
yeah.
No,
There are
I'm
literally
sorry. I
some
mean
white
correction,
supremacists.
correction.
Yeah.
Siding, right.
Yeah, I was like, if Roger gonna correct me about McDonald's, I gotta correct that.
Sorry, yeah, I meant to say like, right. Yeah, he definitely
Now
sided with.
you good though.
Okay.
But go ahead and give your final thoughts on this topic, and then I'm gonna pull up
Yeah,
one more story, and
sure.
that'll
Yeah,
be the last story
yeah,
I do.
yeah. So my final thought is that whenever I know it's gonna sound like very uncomfortable to a lot of people, but it has to be said. Always be cognizant of your surrounding, because sundown town is definitely the police favorite go places at nighttime, where they don't have to be held accountable because there's no witnesses at night, unlike in broad daylight. And always keep your guard up at the same time.
I got
Thanks.
some.
I appreciate that, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roger, give your final comment on this topic, and then I'm gonna go to John, and then I'm gonna transition. But me and John was talking about sundown towns the other day, just randomly, because that's how it is on our streams. We have a topic, but then it delves into other avenues because it gets deeper. But yeah, there were some sundown towns that even John didn't even know about, like that whole in Antioch out here with and sometimes I know in NY they got us because they talk about the Jim Crow South, and they always try to frame it as that, but the Wall Street, that wasn't the South when the first commodity that they were trading were black chattel slaves and stuff. So give your final statement on the story, that this Ice Spice story, Roger. But if you could sprinkle in something about if there's sundown towns on the East Coast, because we're in California and people try to act like it's just a bastion of democracy and it's just go big blue, so everything is great, and hey, it's not the Jim Crow South. It's like, bro, there's probably more sundown towns on the West Coast than there is down south. Oregon, bro, Oregon was literally vile in terms of its anti-blackness, but I set that alley oop for you, Roger, so go ahead.
Yeah, we call upstate New York up south, just let you know. There's a reason why it's mostly conservative red up there. Number two, oh yeah, so just a little correction, but it's up to the prosecutor's discretion to prosecute, and it's up to the judge to decide whether or not you're going to get a week in prison or not. If you remember, the lady
So,
Felicity.
so there's two degrees of the discretion, right?
Yeah.
The first, you said the prosecutor, right, is up to their discretion to bring it if it's going to make a case. Then so there's a double fold. A lot of this stuff, they don't have to really be throwing the book at you. It's just
Right.
they're choosing to. But go ahead, Roger.
Felicity Huffman from Desperate Housewives, if you remember a few years ago, her and someone else was trying to cheat for their children to get into college.
Correct. Yeah, I remember that. Her and Lori Loughlin. Mhm.
Yes. And the judge gave either Felicity Huffman or that other girl like a week in prison. So, so yeah.
And they didn't even serve the full week.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Bro, I think they served maybe 5 or 7 days or so.
Okay. The other thing is, what do you think about this? I was pitching this around as a ballot measure. Don't worry, I'll try to hurry it up or whatever. So it's, if you're a prosecutor, you want to get those numbers up, those cue their numbers up. That's why it's too much of a big deal to go after people like Michael Jackson and then lose because you used all that taxpayer money and so on and so forth and still lost, or whatever the case is. It's easy to go after poor people, right? And get them to cop pleas and so on and so forth. Most of them are in prison because they copped a plea or whatever the case is. But I was thinking of a ballot measure that gives the right of you get your Miranda rights, right? I was thinking of something along the lines of taxpayer funded defense, right? Where you get to choose, if you are like poor or working class, you get to choose what law firm you want to represent you, and the taxpayer finances it. So think about there'll be a whole bunch of lawyers, high-powered attorneys, like, oh, I'm gonna get a payday because you know what I'm saying? Because that is gonna line up to defend you. You know what I mean? And now the scales are even. You see what I'm saying? So instead of having to well, I ain't got no money, I got to depend on the public defender, and they're going to tell me to cop a plea or whatever the case is. You have a ballot measure that says, we're going to have taxpayer.
Why isn't your boy talking about this, bro? Your boy Zoran Mamdani instead. And I'm gonna let you finish, Roger, before I go to John. The New York City mayoral candidate Zoran Mamdani has proposed $100 million increase in taxpayer funding for legal defense services for immigrants. This proposal aims to provide comprehensive legal support to individuals facing deportation proceedings, asylum claims, and other immigration-related challenges. You see what I'm saying? So they'll throw not just millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to protect immigrants, right? But they know, and then they'll say, oh, Black people are disproportionately poor, disproportionately abused and brutalized by the cops, and you know how we're going to help them? We're going to create a fund that helps non-citizens. How the fuck does that help the Black community? And then when you ask this stuff, you're xenophobic. No, I'm still looking for an answer. How does this help the Black community? Well, some immigrants is Black, so this is going to help the Black community. Yeah, those immigrants are Nigerian, Haitian, and Senegalese. Do they even consider themselves Black? They are immigrant first. So how about we call them what they are? So I'm just bringing this up to say, right? They talk about, and I'm not saying that, hey, he hasn't done some good things here and there, but I'm just saying we have to also call where he's failing or being wholly insufficient and inadequate, right? Why is there all of this money just popping up when it comes to immigrants? Same thing in Chicago. They had a C-19
illegal immigrants.
Correct. I was trying to be PC correct. I have no problem. I'll call them aliens, not because I'm trying to dehumanize them. It's the legal term. The Democrats were in office for 12 out of the past 16 years, obviously prior to Trump getting elected. They done nothing to eradicate that language. They were too fixated on calling people Latinx. So illegal alien is still a legal term. So don't get mad at me. They love to talk about the Constitution and all this other stuff. Well, that term is constitutionally recognized. So if you want me to not use that word, and mind you, they don't mind us being called nigger. They don't mind us being called sellouts and all this stuff. But you bet not call an undocumented person an illegal alien. Well, that's what they are based on the legal lexicon. Don't blame me. Blame the lawmakers that y'all love to bootlick for. But I just want to bring that up to just show that, hey, this is what they talk about American exceptionalism. There's something that I call immigrant exceptionalism. This is why they keep pushing. This is a nation of immigrants built by immigrants. So we're all immigrants. So we have to flood your neighborhood with immigrants because we're all immigrants. Like, no, we're not. But that's supposed to indoctrinate you and inundate you so that you're just so hell bent on protecting immigrants. Then you look around and your whole neighborhood is immigrants and you're saying, oh, they're just doing the jobs that no one wants to do. It's like, Okay, I know John drives truck. You mean to tell me that nobody else will drive trucks? When I grew up, it was mainly all black people working at fast food. You mean to tell me that only immigrants will do the job? Nobody will farm? Nobody will do anything else? It's like, come on, bro. So I went on a little bit of tangent, but you kind of just triggered me with that because I thought about Zoran Mondami. I get it, bro. You're an immigrant. Nobody is even against them fighting and helping immigrants, but
Right.
you're ignoring and shunning the native population to say that we don't have nothing for you. Stop begging the government. They always tell us to stop begging the government, but what's the first thing that immigrants do when they come over here?
They get
Ask the government
resources.
for something. Yeah,
Right.
they're asking them for housing,
Hmm.
healthcare, or something. So the same government that they're telling you to shut up, these are people saying, please, mommy and daddy government, help me. But it's like, I thought you said that the big bad mean US government to stabilize your country. So why would you even want to be here? Go ahead,
Right.
Roger.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's what I would propose and frame it in a way to say, like, if you want to make sure that it gets ratified, because I would run that as an amendment to the state constitution in order to make it sound as if it's only going to benefit us. I would probably put it in a way of uh, anti-government type of thing. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, the government can come after any of us who are not rich, and you want to be able to have a proper defense. You see what I'm saying? So that's probably how it. By the way, I met Mem Donnie like years ago when he was in the assembly or whatever.
Oh, I just seen your girl too. I didn't know that your girl was with Bill de Blasio.
Who?
No, Miki.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't know bro was hitting that. I was like, come on, bro. That's why I was like, she left Roger for Bill de Blasio. Like, what?
We weren't chilling like that. We were like,
Yeah. So Roger, what was it like to meet with Mondami at that time?
it was brief. I was up in Albany. Albany's the state capital. I was up there protesting about something. And I forgot what I was talking to him about because I would go to, it'd be like, oh, this is the subject that I'm going up that I'm joining. Okay, boom. And then the next time I'd be up there like a week later for something else or whatever the case is, housing or environment or whatever the case was. But I mean, he smiled a lot. I mean, damn, did he smile? He smiles a lot.
I mean, that politician needs. But hold on.
More than any other politician, he smiles.
Because I do kind of got to move this along.
Sorry, but
yeah,
that's it. Sorry.
Just because I got one more story and then I'm about to shut it down just because I got to do something real quick. I might come back a little bit later, but I do got to do something. Hey, John, could you give me a final statement, like a lesson that people could take? I really want to, talk about, how people, especially of their status, we ain't celebrities, but we wouldn't be moving goofy like that. So you can touch on whatever angle that you want. I don't think Ice Spice should have been attacked, but I thought she was moving goofy and she did endanger herself by moving like that. Go ahead, John. You got it.
It's either two things. It's either she should be moving smarter, or more so what I'm leaning towards is, would anybody be concerned what's the next Ice Spice song, what she got to say if something like this didn't happen? Because she was kind of like fading to the black. So it's like this.
Now that I think about it,
on her side,
this would be the time to drop a hot single. I definitely gonna go listen to it, right?
Yeah, because I'm thinking she gonna talk about this shit or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
or she gonna go on one of those media tours where they gonna ask her, how was it to be victimized? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, hell yeah, she definitely got leaked. And then I mean, for all we know, the whole little amount of people it was, including the other white girl that we didn't know who she was, that could have all just been a group of her partners, and they say, hey man, we finna do this little play at McDonald's, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it just seemed like that to me, because more should have probably went down. I'm not willing or wishing that it did happen, but I'm wishing that more. I'm thinking that more, if it was actually authentic, more would have went down. So like I say, of course she should have been moving differently, hypothetically, if that is real. But if it's what it's looking like to me now, like a publicity stunt, it's a good one. And she got a little bit more more shelf life, you know what I'm saying, I guess, within the industry, because now she got her name buzzing, and we're gonna talk about it for at least a good another month or so, you know what I'm saying? So it's a good time for her to drop a single, you know, come out with a mixtape or something. And even the other girl, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, who knows? So but yeah, that's definitely, considering all the people that lost their lives that was celebrities, especially rappers in LA. You can't be like that, especially if you're from out of town. And you already know she should already. There's no way she doesn't know. That's why I'm like, it's just publicity stunt. Ain't no way. But go ahead and move along. Though.
Yeah, because she been on some of the biggest stages and
Biggest,
platforms, and
bro.
it's like, and then not only that, it's been multiple cats that have came in. Like I said, 6ix9ine went to the airport, they smacked him up there. PNB Rock, his girl was posted. They was at Roscoe's Chicken Waffles. Some
Pop
musty
Smoke.
niggas came in. Yeah, Pop Smoke. They went and got this nigga in a mansion or something like that, bro.
Man,
Like,
Nipsey
so it's
Hussle.
like
The
Nipsey
list just
Hussle
goes
was
on.
at his job. And all of these things were in broad daylight.
Yeah.
In the daylight at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle. In
She
the
had
daylight.
nighttime at McDonald's.
Yeah,
That's
so it's
bold,
like,
bro. That is too
that's
bold. Like,
extremely bold.
that's too
Yeah.
bold. She ain't moving like that though. But you know, let's just act like it's real and just say, you know, she got to move smarter. But it's kind of like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so this gonna be the last story that I touch into, and then I'm gonna head out. But I might slide back later, depend on, you know, how the crowd is rocking with it. But
Yeah,
I want to touch on, what was that?
I might go live too. I'm out here. I'm playing soccer with my son right now, so I'm finna drop
Okay,
down.
cool.
But
Yeah.
I'm still listening now.
Okay, cool. Yeah. This one I'm gonna probably go through a little bit faster. Just because, like I said, I do kind of got to get up out of here. But I just want to play some of this. I might come back and touch on this a little bit more in depth, but I'm gonna try to run through this real quick. So
Right.
Elon Musk is a vile, disgusting, anti-black bigot, and right now he's suing for the right to be able to continuously discriminate against black people. Let's get into it.
Being forced to not discriminate against Black people violates his First Amendment rights. I'm not exaggerating. That's the actual lawsuit. Your entire attention is on a Chris Brown and Usher stadium tour right now. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is in federal court deciding whether his AI can reject you for your home, your job, and your doctor. This is why we're always missing at the table. The media pushes the concert, and while you're trying to figure out tickets you cannot afford, somebody is in federal court making decisions about your life, with or without you in the room. Same week, the NAACP sued him for running an AI data center in a Black Memphis neighborhood. No permits, hazardous chemicals, people cannot breathe. So let's be clear. He does not want you to breathe clean air at home. And he is in court right now, making sure his AI can reject you for your job, your apartment, and your doctor. The law he is fighting, Colorado's. It says AI has to be fair when it decides your housing, your employment, your healthcare. That is the whole law. He sued to block it. Stadium tour in the summer, federal court in the fall. One has your attention, the other has your future. Elon Musk just told a federal judge that being forced to not discriminate against Black people violates his.
So that was the video. It was just a short video and then it replayed. So I'm gonna just show a series of visuals so then I can get ready to get up out of here. And this, because it is a serious issue, I will touch on it more in depth. But let me show this right here. So here's this. Let me just show you how the media plays these games, right? So first, look at this article, right? I want y'all to see this article. So the article says NAACP sues XAI over gas turbines that it says pollutes Black neighborhoods. Now you see how they're hedging, right? All we got to do, right? They says that it says pollutes Black neighborhoods. How it should be is NAACP sues XAI over gas turbines that do pollute Black neighborhoods. When they say that it says pollutes Black neighborhoods, what they're trying to say, well, that's what they say. That's pretty much what they're doing, right? Now, first, I don't even really need to read the article because I already know it's not going to be anything favorable. I will look at the comments, but I want you to look at the name, right? just in case y'all may not see it, let me try to make it a little bit big. Oh, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me make the name a little bit bigger just so y'all can see. Now I can tell y'all the name, but I want y'all to be able to see the name. Or actually, I may have made it too big. Okay. Could y'all see that name right there? The name is A.V. Salzman. A.V. Salzman. Hold on. Before we proceed, right? Because it's all about some scholarship, right? Let's see. What type of name is that? What type of name is Salzman? Oh, would you look at that? Ashkenazi Jewish and German. Everywhere we turn, it's just this community again. Okay, but you're just supposed to overlook that, right? So I really don't even need to read what the article says, and this is not anti-Semitic or something. I'm just worried, like, we don't go out our way writing articles about Jewish issues, but they write issues about what we go through. Now, they don't want to do anything to help us, but they just want to write an article. Okay. Now, look at some of these vile anti-black commentaries, right? This person says, I've worked in many black neighborhoods, and trust me, the gas pollution isn't coming from the turbines, right? So essentially they're saying, no, the black community is a hellhole, it's a cesspool. So it ain't the gas turbine. Let's just say that it was a hellhole. So are you saying that it's okay to pollute impoverished neighborhoods with dilapidated buildings because of crime? Not every person there is committing crime, but because a few people commit crime, then they should be able to have their neighborhoods polluted, right? NAACP is a scam that should be banned, right? They'll say NAACP is a scam, but they won't say that all these churches, they never say that the Ku Klux Klan should be banned, right? This person says the lawsuit, oh, hold on. This person says NAACP, just the best, definitely got their eye on the ball. This is clearly a needle mover for those individuals whose homes or water heaters or stovetops are likely powered by natural gas. Just a money grab. So they're trying to say that, hey, this is just a money grab by the NAACP and that people should be okay. So people should be okay having these gas turbines. But notice what these people are not saying. They don't want them in their neighborhood. So they'll say, man, oh, you love AI, right? You love to use Grok and Facebook and Google Gemini. So what are you complaining about having an AI center in your neighborhood, right? And then when you say, okay, cool, we're going to put one in the Lily White neighborhood, suddenly you start seeing them foaming at the mouth, pissed off because they don't want them there. So they've already considered us, like John was saying earlier, 3/5 of a human. So, hey, man, go put it where the niggas are. You know what I mean? Then they'll tell you that they're pro-life. They'll poison a particular demographic and then turn around and tell you that, hey, this is a white Christian nation and we're pro-life. What would Jesus do? Would Jesus poison some people just so he can get a little bit of extra money, right? And here it goes too. What is the NAACP doing for reducing crime in Baltimore and Oakland? You see what I'm saying? What about Chicago, Oakland, and Baltimore? They don't give a damn about Oakland, Baltimore, Chicago, right? But they love using this as a buzzword. And technically in Baltimore, crime is at historic low levels. The lowest has been in 60 years. But guess what they're going to say? Yeah, but crime is still happening. But you just said you wanted a reduction in crime, and now crime has been reduced to the lowest level it's been. John, we survived the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, right? Those eras were much more violent in crime. So yeah, crime is still going on now, but it's happening at a lower rate, and still people are on some what about Chicago type bullshit, right? And then this person says, also, this is 2026. Why are they talking about a black neighborhood? Officially, there should not be any neighborhood for people of a specific color of race. And this is where it gets pathetic right here, right? Because these people are considered NIMBYs, not in my backyards. They redline people. If they see a bunch of black people, they're saying it's like, there goes the neighborhood. So as much as they don't want to live next to blacks, so they don't want to live next to blacks. And then when blacks have a neighborhood that they were redlined into, then they say, well, why is there a black neighborhood? Same thing with HBCUs, right? They have predominantly white institutions that they don't want black people going to. So then we create HBCUs, which anyone could go to. White people can go. I mean, shit, almost 40% of the HBCUs now is non-black. So anyone could go to a HBCU, but they say, well, why is there historically black colleges? Why are there predominantly white colleges, right? I mean, Asian people, they could make a historically Asian college or a historically Jewish college, but the Asian people, they want to go to Harvard, Yale, and Dartmouth with the W people. So they're not going to fight for that. They have something called Hispanic serving institutions, but there's no race called Latino or Hispanic. So they're double dipping. Many of them identify as racially white, but ethnically Hispanic. So they can take advantage of the predominantly white institutions and blend in, but they can also check a box and say, I'm Hispanic. So they're entitled to the privileges and benefits of a Hispanic serving institution. Nothing is being done to change that. The only thing they're trying to tear down is anything with the word black in it. This is why they love using terms like marginalized groups, people of color, immigrants, buzzwords that includes everyone, because that's exactly what they'll do. Include everyone while at the same time excluding us. But you know when they always do try to include us? When there's some pollution to be dumped around. And where are the progressives to speak up about this? Oh, I forgot. They don't care because they're too busy crashing about immigrants. Now, remember that title that I told you, right? The title that I said. So give me one moment. Actually, I'm going to pull this up. Hold on. Let me stop this because I'm about to get ready to shut her down. No, but that title that I said from this Ashkenazi person, it said that black people say that these gas turbines cause pollution, right? And it was said in a way to try to, you know, be a bit condescending is how I took it. But let's just see, right? No one has to take my word for it. Let's just look it up. Do gas turbines pollute the air? Yes. Gas turbines burn natural gas or other fuels, and this combustion releases several harmful pollutants into the atmosphere. These include nitrogen oxides, which are major contributors to smog and respiratory problems, fine particulate matter, PM 2.5, which are tiny particles that penetrate deep into the lungs and bloodstream and increases risk of asthma, heart attacks, strokes, and other diseases. Carbon monoxide, harmful at high concentrations. Hazardous air pollutants like HAPs, such as formaldehyde, a known carcinogen. So this is what Elon Musk is putting in the black community. And then you got some of these people in the W community saying, why y'all complaining? He's just trying to bring y'all gas and power. No, he's not. And fine, if you guys think that this is such a great thing, how about we start it in y'all neighborhood first, right? Y'all are against DEI and affirmative action. So this should be coming to a white neighborhood near you, right? But no, that's not what's happening, right? So all these people try to talk about people of color. What people of color neighborhood is this happening into? The only people it's happening to is foundational black Americans and some so-called natives and indigenous people. But we don't really know who we're talking about when we use those terms, because many of the indigenous are not even really indigenous. They're indigenous to Europe. But because of a paper genocide, you have to pretend that people like Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber, and Elizabeth Warren are true Cherokee members, right? So I do actually got a hard stop, but this is just some of the stuff of Elon Musk showing more of his disdain for black people. All you have to do, and like no one has to take my word for it, I'm going to show y'all this in real time. Give me examples of anti-blackness within Tesla and Elon Musk. I'm going to just type that in and let's just see what happens, right? So here's one right here, right? And I know people, oh man, I love my Tesla and all this other stuff. Fine, get whatever car that you want, but stop pretending like you're not riding around in a bigoted car. And I'm not saying that none of these cars are. If you get a Ford, Ford was a bigot as well. So I'm saying these are things that you have to be able to compartmentalize, but acknowledge. No one is saying that just because you have a Tesla that, you know, you co-sign everything Elon Musk is doing. However, you should just consider it, right? You know, so at the this was the lawsuit at the Tesla's Fremont factory, which is in the Bay Area, which is supposed to be a bastion of liberalism, right? This is what was found there: racist slurs, including using the N-word. And you know, I say all slurs matter, but they weren't using other slurs. The only slur that they obsess with is the N-word. And this was used openly on the factory floor, people being called nigger, nigger being written everywhere, the racist graffiti, including swastikas and KKK references, segregated job assignments where black workers were allegedly placed doing the hardest and dirtiest roles. Retaliation against workers who complain. So when you complain, they said you were acting like a victim and you were either fired or reprimanded. These allegations come from a federal civil rights agency, not private individuals. So this is a Fed case. So the Civil Rights Department sued Tesla after a multi-year investigation. It found that they had a racially segregated workplace. Black workers were called porch monkey, boy, and other slurs. And you know what the other slurs are: nigger. Supervisors allegedly participating in or ignoring racist behavior. So what they do is they hire a bunch of what they call so-called people of color. Hey, look, they're a minority just like you, but they're non-black, so they call the black people niggers. And then if they do hire a black person, most of the time it's an immigrant, then they try to co-opt the immigrants and say, hey, you're not like those native blacks, you're an immigrant. And then some of those immigrants adopt that mentality. And then when they think that they're part of the club, they say, yeah, you know, you may not be a foundational black American, but you're still a sub-Saharan nigger. So you can't escape that, right? So black employees were being disciplined more harshly and promoted less often. All of these things are vile anti-blackness, but it's also white supremacy. But you're not supposed to call it that. But I mean, that's exactly what it is. So I do have a hard stop, and I can spend hours talking about the disgusting nature of that. So just I'm gonna just do a round robin, just try to make it short and sweet. Don't bring up none of your other talking points. This ain't the time for that because I do got to get up out of here. So Michael, go ahead and just give a quick closing statement, like 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, like Elon Musk, I'm not surprised, given his openness to black racism. And a lot of people complain about Elon Musk, saying that Elon Musk may be a good business, may know numbers. I'm sorry, may be good at business, but doesn't know numbers very well, how to function within the company or how to make the products effective. So he gives his workers a hard time, especially those, who happen to be disproportionately black, right, at this company. And I know someone who works. He has a YouTube channel called She now lives in Spain, right? And even like Elon Musk himself, who was part of Dodge and say that we need to cut government spending, but Elon Musk himself, yes, what someone said in the comments, yeah, he's definitely a beneficiary of corporate welfare, which is coming from us taxpayers, and corporate welfare is not that cheap. Anyways, coming from our paycheck, and so yeah, Elon Musk. I know Donald Trump selected him because Donald Trump values open white supremacy and racism, because the previous administration or his own people were too soft on anti-black racism. And so that's why I think Elon Musk wanted to make it wide and open, because he's like, what do I have to lose when I have to make it open to the public? Whereas the covert progressives, they're more like undercover cops, Becky's and Karen. So those undercover cops, especially Big Easy California, watch out, be careful, and always hold them accountable. I land my plane. Thank you.
Go ahead, Roger. Take us home.
I'm going to let Derek Bailey speak for me. If you would like to play it, it's only a couple of minutes. I put it in the private.
Man, how long is a couple minutes, bro?
No, it's less than 5.
A couple is 2, so it's more than several minutes long.
Okay, all right. Well, Derek Bailey.
What was it even pertaining to? Because
it's pertaining to Elon Musk and his Tesla, because he has Derek Automotive company in Atlanta, and he has an electric vehicle that doesn't need to be charged because it has its own generator. So the loop generation technology, it's called the.
How long is the video?
About, I think 4 minutes. 3-4 minutes. Well,
man, I'm gonna try to play it, but I might have to stop. Like I said, I had a hard stop. I was like, Roger,
you always push the envelope, right?
You always do. Yeah, it's like, God damn it, Roger. Actually, you know what, bruh?
Okay, see, now you found yourself a nigga. You were looking for a nigga? Nigga here now, see?
Okay. Today's forecast, dark and cloudy, and chance of drive-by.
This shit just got rigged. What you gonna do, bitch?
What?
How please? Nigga, please. How?
Nigga, what?
Nigga.
Nigga, please. Nigga, please. What?
Oh, boy.
Electric vehicle company in the world, and it's headquartered here in Atlanta. And here, this is not a prototype. This is actually on the market right now. The Amani is actually the Avani is actually available to purchase. The first black-owned electric vehicle on the market.
Hey, it's Miguel Lloyd, and I have the pleasure here today to sit down and talk to Mr. Derek Bailey with Derek Automotive Technologies, brother.
My
Good
pleasure,
to see
my
you,
friend.
man. Absolutely. And so had the pleasure of coming by here and seeing this technology a few weeks back. I said, I got to come back here. We got to grab some cameras. We got some stories to tell.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. I walked in, I saw this beautiful car, and I said, hold on. All right. And they said it's a black-owned electric car company called
Avani.
Tell us about your vision and what you're doing here in this industry.
Oh, well, actually, we're trying to transform the industry. I mean, basically, electric cars are great, except for one little thing. No one likes to charge them.
Right.
So originally, we created and received a patent for a new type of generator motor.
Okay. Tell us about that motor.
Basically, it's a 53% efficient motor as compared to a traditional engine, which is about 22% efficient. Okay. So when you burn more of the fuel, then you produce less of a carbon footprint.
Got it.
So the first goal is to reduce the carbon footprint. Mm-hmm. And then we use that motor to convert fuel to electricity to recharge the batteries in the electric cars. And now you have two options to charge. If you happen to be at home, certainly you're welcome to plug our car in. Mm-hmm. But if you need to hop in your car and take an emergency drive down to your kid at college, mm-hmm. and it's 500 miles away, with my generator in that car, you don't have to stop for a charging station.
This is the first black-owned electric vehicle company.
All right, so that was that, Roger. So
He's
thanks
Friedman.
for
He's not just black, he's Friedman.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we do have to clarify that. We're in the age and era of delineation. So, but it's for historical accuracy and specificity. But like I said, I got to get ready to shut it down. So I'm going to just go ahead and pull y'all down. I'm going to just play a couple quick visuals and I'm shutting it because I got to get out of here. So I appreciate Michael, John, and Roger for stopping through. And once again, to your lovely Queen Mother Meadows, happy birthday to her. You know what I mean? And hopefully she makes it to 104. Rooting for her.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Roger, to your mother.
Thanks. She
You're
said
welcome.
Okay, salute to your mother, and salute to Tay-Bay because she's still here rocking with us. I sincerely appreciate Tay-Bay, and yeah, I think this has been a fruitful stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit these visuals, and then I will be up out of here. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world. Y'all chose to be here with us, at least momentarily, and for that, I thank you. Yeah. Hey. B-Eazy Dat Dude, yeah. Shit so hot it's burning up. Just go ahead and turn this up. I bring the pain like an aftermath of a car wreck. It's a lot of niggas that say they real, but to me that shit is far-fetched. Munching cats is pussy. They really is on some feminine stuff. I ride up on them with the 40 ounces. It's the definition of adrenaline rush. What it do is sweet like cinnamon puffer. My niggas is rough like Willow Pass. Grew up out on Mary Mac, but I used to hang on Willow Pass. These homes that I roll with, outcasts and misfits. For the zip lips so you get hit when the fifth spit. Flat line in your Fitbit. Trap habits is black magic, no voodoo. Get the bands like Buku. For the cocaine they go cuckoo. Most these niggas is foo-foo, so I'm shitting on them like doo-doo. I can't fuck with y'all like tofu. I'm just saying, man, like Goku. Bad bitches at the house with me watching Netflix or Roku. Fuck them both at the same time, and I swear to God it was so cool. Street legend, real boss, I call shots cause it's still saucy. I know some G's to the bike crack on shite racket and fly back out the mill. When they hear me flow, they say I be burning up, burning up. Cookie to the draw is what we burning up, burning up. What you ain't know, oh we burning up, burning up. This shit so hot, it's burning up. Just go ahead and turn this up. When you hear me flow, say I be burning up, burning up. Cookie to the draw is what we burning up, burning up. What you ain't know, oh we burning up, burning up. This shit so hot, it's burning up. Just go ahead and turn this up.
If you feel the vibe, like, share, and subscribe. We growing on this journey. Come and take a ride. If you wanna slide with that dude, be easy. We going all the way to the top, believe me. All the way to the top, believe me.
You ain't know. Let's just be easy. Hey, hey. Let's just be easy. That dude, be is that dude. You hear me, you feel me, ooh, ooh. Be easy, that dude, yeah. Be easy.
B-Eazy Dat Dude, boy, stop playing. You know you dat dude and been dat dude. Back in the day, he was that dude. Fast forward to today, he's still that dude. Yup, that dude. You can see as clear as day that he here to stay. Either get with the program or move out the way. Ooh. Be easy, tell me how it feel. Ooh, tell me how it feel. To be real, to be really that dude. Be easy, that dude. Ay, 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 that dude.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Follow. Be easy. You know you want to.
We're waiting. me. You really love me. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.